Howdy ho, and welcome to another full playthrough of Project Zomboid. We're going to be surviving 100 days of the CDDA challenge, starting with every negative trait in the game. Our protagonist is Washingbeard Democritus, perhaps a distant relative of another former gray-haired survivor. Who can really say, though? This challenge is... it's honestly taken more attempts than I would care to admit, but what does survive hopes to be the awe-inspiring tale of a severely overweight alcoholic beating the odds. Well, this is a pretty terrible spawn. Cutting board. Do we have anything in the fridge? Rotten processed cheese. Oh, we do have some burned tiles, though, here. So those are burned out, and we can step on them safely. Let's see if this just burns out too, or if we can grab some curtains. Hey, look, there's some curtains right over here. If we remove them, then we can get the glass shards out of our crotch. Let's just see if there's anything else in the other bedrooms. If we do manage to get some shoes... No, not in there, definitely. Not in there either. Okay, so I'm sensing a no from both rooms. Let's go ahead and remove those so that we can move slightly faster, and then we'll make our way over to the second house. Not really any loot in here, sadly. We will rip up this sheet. Here we go. Very, very nice. Very nice ripped sheet. Now we just bandage that so that we stabilize in our health. You know, I think I can take an opportunity for a brief drink of water and then just leave. Can I potentially not attract out a bunch from this house? You know, I'm going to be a bit greedy here and just remove more curtains. And I'm going to open the window, like such an amazing feat of strength to open the window. I will sneak only because of the fog, which gives me a slightly better chance of not being seen, although they will probably be attracted to the sound of my coughing and wheezing, because I am the weakest possible person. Ooh. Okay, if there are no other zombies in this house, then we just scored with, like, the best possible spawn here. Inmate spawn gives us a free duffel bag, as well as some shoes. Ooh, we didn't actually get that. Let's just grab the sneakers. Sneakers are fantastic. I'm going to be a little bit greedy if I can. Ooh, that might have actually killed me. I know where the duffel bag is if I have to come back. I will just leave it at that. Let's see if we can get a little bit of distance on these ones while I'm still fast, even at the risk of potentially scratching my feet here in the woods. Only because I can slightly out-move past them. If we can just get them onto this fence so that they go over it. Yes! We did it. And now... I can put on the sneakers. Oh no, there are more coming to me from the north. I will probably scratch my feet and die, but let's just keep hobbling around to try to create enough time to put on the sneakers so that I can then walk north toward the farm where it's safer. But probably I'll just die again. Don't get your hopes up, but that was honestly not that bad a spawn, and we did almost manage to get a duffel bag off of that prisoner. We know where it is, though, and it's close by in the town if we want to come back. This fog is fantastic, too. It means fewer will spot us, but they will indeed be attracted to the sound of me coughing and panicking and sneezing. Once again, I have all of the negative traits. Let's see if we can just get a brief opportunity at, yes, wearing the sneakers. Imagine actually putting them on your feet. I believe I am just a little bit south of the farm, although if I cut into these woods, I'm going to be going off course. Yeah, we're just slightly south of where we need to be. Now, there is a clearing with a field up here and then a lake nearby. I'm going to just slow down slightly because I'm at high exertion, not excessive exertion. And so if I walk, because there's none nearby me, so I should be okay. You know, for a minute. And then if they do catch up with me, then I'll book it again. And so we are going to have to cut through these woods. We're going to have to risk potentially scratching myself on a tree. I'm going to use the walk to command, though, right here. Only because they'll keep us at a nice walking pace. But I will avoid scratching myself on the trees. See the way that he bobs and weaves so lithely through the trees? Wow, I didn't even mean for that to be poetic, but it was. Dear God, I'm getting like Worm Man and Gerald Williams flashbacks simultaneously, yes. But today we are Washing Beard Democritus, who will hopefully survive 100 days in the All Negative Traits CDDA challenge, which is like a combination of the two worst possible challenges, All Negative Traits as well as CDDA. CDDA isn't so bad if you have decent traits, but the world settings are pretty rough. Like, all of the food is rotten. And you kind of have to, hopscotch your way into better and better loot areas. Okay, this is actually decent. I'll just keep using the walk to command so that I don't accidentally trip over anything. There's no zombies nearby. But we want to be careful right here, only because I think we're slightly off course. Yeah, if we just head slightly east here, like northeast. By the way, the top right corner is north, bottom right corner is east, and south and west, and respectively, and so on. If I ever refer to the directions like that in the game. Now, there is a farmhouse here which may contain like one. So we've done the main primary first steps. We've taken out the glass. We've gotten the sheets on our groin, stopping the bleeding and preventing us from just bleeding out to death. And now I think it's safe. I can start to look in advance now and see if there are any zombies. And we did manage to survive. Okay, we got shoes on our feet, and we managed to run to the farmhouse. Now what is really the next question? Because it's just hard enough getting here in the first place. We're also several months after the apocalypse, so there's not going to be much of anything left in the taps. I think we can safely just walk up to the farmhouse. Wow. Ooh, there's dead ones in there. Well, I guess due to that, like, free gear for right now. Yeah, okay, more sneakers in here. And that is a pistol. Not really very useful for us right now. I'm just going to grab the jacket. Strapped shoes won't actually get us as fast, but they will give us better defenses. I suppose, wear a skirt. Yeah, I'll wear the shorts for now. But we need something warmer because we are in the fall and coming into the winter here. So I have on shorts and a leather jacket. Styling. Ooh, tweezers. I actually don't need tweezers, but the sewing kit should be useful for getting that wound sewed up. Wow, this is insanely lucky. I'm going to grab the bottle of disinfectant, too. This will be everything we need to get our wound taken care of. This was an insanely lucky start. But let's keep it going. Let's just make sure there's no other zombies in the house. I also want to kind of muffle any of my sneezes and make sure I have an escape path, so let's just go ahead and make sure my arc of vision here is good. Okay, I can see anything coming from any direction, and will this let me sew up my groin? Does the sewing kit have a needle? Let me just equip this to my secondary. I think I should be able to... Oh, no, it's actually just a single unit. I thought that had contents in it. Never mind. Unequip. Wait a minute. Yeah, capacity 3. Oh, no, there's just nothing in it. It's just an empty sewing kit, so that was not very lucky. Never mind. We didn't get a needle. I was hoping for a needle from that. And we could get thread off of clothing. Adhesive tape is not bad. Okay, we can't close our wound. Never mind. So that's really the next task, is we want to close up the wound. So we'll check upstairs because there's another bathroom in this kind of prefab house. We'll take a tumbler, fill that with water because I'm pretty sure I didn't get a chance to drink when I was in the spawn house. Or did I? Did I drink? I don't remember, chat. We are streaming this, by the way. Comic book. Newspaper. I unfortunately am illiterate, so I can't read, so that's not going to help me in any way. So I'm just going to be bored and depressed for most of the challenge until I find orange soda. We're going to grab a belt. We'll put that on. We'll wear one of those, so that means that I can attach things to the belt left and belt right, which is nice. Is there any real immediate danger of death? Otherwise, we should be able to sleep here for the night and for the immediate future. Yeah, I mean, we've got decent stuff in the taps, too. The bottle of disinfectant is welcome, but a needle would have been better. So sadly, right now, that's about as well as we did. Yeah, I guess I could put on the socks, too, for just a little bit more insulation. I'll run back down there in a minute. Sheets, nothing else in the bathroom, sadly. There is another bedroom here. And, okay, some pants. Wow. Kind of lucky. Kind of lucky. Put on those good light-colored jeans. All right, nice. Can take off these shorts now. We could start to kind of chop these up and create better protection for ourselves. We're actually looking like a person who didn't just fall drunkenly out of the shower anymore. Now we're looking like a guy who may make it in the apocalypse. Okay, washing beard Democritus. I just gotta... Oh, I got a text. Sorry about that. Okay, no sewing needle. I'm a little bit sad. So now we can take some time to think. Put on your thinking caps, people. Where do we go from here? We've made it all the way to the farmhouse. We've finally found some calm after our hectic start. We need to make a new plan. I will grab the socks first, I think. And also a wristwatch. This won't give me the date, but this will give me the time. And I do have 7 rounds of ammunition. We might be able to put something together with this. And also, what kind of condition are these pieces of clothing in? I think I'm just going to keep in the sneakers. Yep, let's make a plan. Here's the plan. So, if we manage to find anything in this shed, that would be a help, because currently we get panicked indoors because it's not big enough. So I might be able to sleep in the barn because of my horrible claustrophobia. We need a large interior room so that I don't get panicked. Yes, I know that it has openings, but it's better than sleeping outside just because then we won't be freezing to death. And currently our only other option is sleeping outside. As it turns out, being claustrophobic was kind of a horrible trait to have taken here, but I mean, basically every option is bad, so I think that this is one that will clear up faster, or at least when we get to McCoy Lumber Mill, we have a large interior room to sit in. And that basically keeps me calm for the entirety of the night. Is wrench better than... Actually, I'm not sure which one is better. Really, just which one is heavier. Really, the wrench is not as heavy. So I may just go off of that. I'm going to put the pistol, though, in here. Because, I mean, we obviously aren't going to be using this thing as a weapon. Yeah, I just don't even want to chance it, just because that would attract too many from too far around. Might use it to attract them away from an area before I loot it, if there's anything useful in there. But for right now, I might be able to kill 1. No more than 1 at a time, though. Okay, there is the 1. Okay, there's 2 already, so bad, but they did come in at different speeds, and this should be pretty easy to door it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to let that one destroy the door. Not too many ways around this. Unfortunately, we'll just have to rebuild the door. I'm just going to go upstairs so that that one loses track of me. Because I wasn't trying to fight 2 right here. Oh, wait a second. That one lost track of me. Ah. Okay, cool. Ah. Okay, I'm scratched. But, like, honestly, that's not that bad. Compared to everything else, that will actually heal up rather fast. Okay, now we need to retreat into... if I've got it on the ground, then I'm fine. Ooh, I wish it had fallen in the other orientation, though. Then I could have been looking behind me. Right, now I'm just kind of screwed up here. Alright, out of the frying pan into the fire. Now, everything right now is very bad, as you can see. But the scratch itself is really not that bad, because that's an extremely minimal chance of infection, so we should be fine. Would be a little bit more worried if that were like a laceration or obviously a bite, but yeah, we should be fine. We are also a slow healer, and this will heal faster than our main wound, so I'm okay. But the blood really isn't doing me any favors right here, because I do panic around that, and well, that's not great either, but I'm not planning on spending a lot of time in this hallway. Man, jeez. I really am weak. Yeah, you're right. At this rate, I mean, which one do I value more, though? Yeah, I guess the shoes. Man, that really took him a long time. He practically destroyed the wrench just from trying to take this one out. Man, that's wearing out my shoes so fast. All right, I will grab these shoes then for when I'm fighting. These are my fighting shoes, as well as my running shoes. Damn. I guess I want to keep the wrench in case if we find a car later, because every item counts, and somehow this one has not managed to get in the door yet. Because it stopped freaking out after all that. Fortunately, though, if we fight them inside, we won't be attracting any more from nearby, so indoor fighting is really the best option. Man, am I gonna have to... I can't even knock it down to close the door. I'm just that weak. Dang, man. I also have to bandage on my scratch, so let's just stand on top of this one for now. Okay, I will bandage my scratch. That should heal up pretty fast, though, in comparison. Alright, now I'm using the fighting shoes to stomp on it. That way we don't wear everything out. Yeah, I'm going to have to swap to the crowbar, but I might not even be able to use a weapon at this rate. Is he at least getting more fit? Not really. He is getting stronger, though, from all of this work. 258. This is 264. Oh my god, she's like working out just by doing this. You might even be able to min-max this. Hang on a second. Can I do this? Okay, this is kind of a crazy thing. I think I just found a new exploit. Okay, I'm gonna test this out. I think that if you don't stomp on a zombie's head, you can't kill it. So I'm just gonna try... Oh, I was wrong. Stomping on the legs might be a great way to train strength, though, for this guy, because he can't really do exercise very consistently. Yeah, try this one trick. Oh my god. Wow, that was amazing. We managed to get like 20% of the level in strength just from stomping on those one or two. That's how weak we are, though. We're extremely frail, and it is not good. All right, let's continue the process, because we can't really possibly get much weaker. So if this is our floor right here that we're looking at, there is a chance that we could actually level up to the first level in strength, which does make us considerably stronger. We really want fitness, not strength. But nonetheless, it would be a help. Otherwise, yeah, clearing out even like 3 zombies around here. What are we at now? 3 zombies. Wow. Amazing. They said it couldn't be done. Well, I mean, we could just, like, run around the property while we're this out of breath. The fact of the matter is that it can't get much worse, so we might as well just take the free levels in, like, sprinting, you know? Okay, so we have the horse troughs over here. Do we panic in here? Oh my gosh. Wow. We can sleep in the horse barn. Wow. Okay, so let's bring a chair from within. As far as weight is concerned, we can basically afford to just starve to death for a while right here, and we'll be fine. Beyond that, my fitness is where it's at, 84. Yeah, let's just carry around something heavy and try to sprint for a little while. See if we can raise our fitness a bit. Yeah, we may actually be able to get in some sleep. I think we need to strengthen ourselves a bit before we do any type of looting, because this character won't make it very far. So let's go back inside, grab a chair, bring that back out to the barn, and then have us a good night's rest. Yeah. We are not over encumbered right now, though, so I might want to grab that very heavy bottle of disinfectant, which is like 2... I can't believe the things that I am finding heavy. Yes, this pair of shoes should be extremely heavy. Oh, I can barely walk under the weight of these shoes. As far as this is concerned, I'm thinking we just keep this character over encumbered, because he's not going to die from it. He'll just get stronger. Now, I'm carrying a very heavy load. I'm not going to die underneath the weight of shoes, right? So does this cause my strength to rise? Excitingly. My fitness has risen ever since I walked inside the house. All right, maybe not so much yet. Let's go ahead and grab the chair, though, the very heavy chair. Ooh, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Let's go ahead and... actually, we're not really getting that many more gains. I guess we do need to find some more, so yeah, we could fight the 1 or 2 that are around here. See if we can get the first level in strength. I never thought I would be saying this fast, but yeah, our character is just that bad. Might even call out here, or just 1 or 2 might migrate over naturally. They do kind of tend to get redistributed to your location, although this isn't a very populated zone. Let's bring this chair farther back behind this horse stable right here, and we go in here, and we place the chair, the very heavy chair, on the hay. Yes, the hay. Ooh, amazing. Whoops, wrong spot, but whatever. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to get out if stuff gets bad. So are we still leveling in this? 93, 352, not really that fast. I do think we need to find another fight to get any stronger. So let's see, can we sleep in here? And wow, we've actually managed to fall asleep and be completely unconscious. Will we even be tired? Oh wow, we managed to completely get rid of the tired moodlet. Although we woke back up tired. That can't really be amazing, but we could just sit in here a little bit longer. And where is the chair? We slept too recently to sleep again, and experiencing too much pain to sleep as it happens. So the dirty bandages should go down to a certain point. Yeah, there we go. And then we kind of level off. Can we sleep again? Yeah, even with that level of pain. Okay, and then our health rises back up. 8:30 a.m. Good, good. We don't get any type of delayed onset muscle soreness like with the exercise, but okay, I'm willing to just continue fighting a few around here because I don't want to go exploring, bring them back, and then have more ambush me around the farm. So we'll just leave that chair in there. What an amazing place to sleep. Fortunately, that also doesn't transport or transmit noise through the walls as easily. We have good tree coverage around here as well. I think we make a quick look around the property, try to grab 1 or 2 more, bring them back to the farm, fight them, get maybe 1 level in strength and fitness, and then go from there. And also, are we leveling up in fitness? No, we need to be out of breath. So I will just walk until I find one. And then I will get myself horribly out of breath when I do have to fight them ultimately. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a few zombies and then bring them back here. Yeah, if we just let them survive longer and we stomp on their legs, we can train our strength faster. I've never used this technique before. This is almost as good as the original pushing a tree. You used to be able to just push on a tree for days and your strength would go so high. It was very fun, and I'm sad that they took that exploit out of the game, but I've discovered a new one. This is equally satisfying since I can basically just AFK this. Wow, look what's happening to our character's strength. He's nearly at 600. Wow, I wonder how far I can get with this. The weaker you are, the faster you'd level, too. Wow, this is great. I can totally use this. This makes us way stronger. Nice. I do miss that. You can reload the old versions of the game, but yeah, let's do that. Yeah, if you stay away from the head box, if we had debug mode on, I could show you the way that they're like body regions. You can also see the cone of fire if you turn on debug mode. It's pretty cool. Ghoul King showed it to me a while back. But yeah. Like, there are specific regions on the zombies that you can target. So that brought up our strength a lot. I would say that we need to kill maybe like 9 or 10 zombies, and we just stay this weak. So let's really slowly bring them out of the woods over to here. But we also want to grab these corpses because we don't want to get sick from them. We'll dump them out front. We will panic around the blood. I think it'll take us a few days to get through this area, but seeing as there were none like on the farm itself, we're not really in any major rush to eat food. I think that this is fine. And then once we get some sleep, we can start to make our way back to the original area. But for right now, I'm content to just continue losing weight and getting stronger. This is basically just an advanced Weight Watcher's journey. I might be able to infinite level strength right here. Did not know that this even existed in the game, but I've now discovered it is snowing. Oh, dang it. No, not where I meant to push you. Okay, I can't even, like, reorient myself to look at that. I've just got to keep the mouse held down here. But yeah, my strength has gone from, like, 600 to 900 just pushing this one against the wall. This is kind of like the old tree pushing maneuver, except that my character is just this weak. So being at this level of weakness, I am able to power level. I am able to make gains simply by pushing this one against a wall. That little bar up there next to strength in the upper left corner is going to update sooner or later. I guess when we get one level of strength, I will stop pushing this one, but yeah. I've been looking for exploits like this because I thought they patched them all out of the game. There used to be a lot more, but yeah, this is pretty insane. Let's just keep doing this and hope for the best. Okay, I have somehow managed to power level my way into level 1 of strength just by pushing a zombie against a wall. Didn't know that this exploit existed, like I said. We're getting considerably further through the next tree. I know it's impossible to see what's going on, but currently I'm just stomping on its body. This is amazing. They might even have to patch this out of the game because it's so good. And I'm doing really well at it just because of how tired and thirsty I am. I might even just keep this one here at the top of the stairs hostage because currently I seem to be physically incapable of doing any damage to one. And I've already got another like 150 experience. Okay, nope, that was it. So I did kill it. Wow, that was the longest it's ever taken me to kill a zombie in this game, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we can at least get some water, though, because dying of thirst is my one fear when I'm doing stuff like that. Let's go ahead and just fill up the tumbler with water, but I think we can do that with a few more and get maybe to level 2 or 3 with strength. We've already made it now to, what are we on, day 3? Yeah, I mean, I think we're coming on to day 3 right here, so let's not even sleep, because it's not going to make us that much better off. Let's just keep filling up the water. And we are starting to lose health, though, from lack of food, aren't we? Yeah, our health is starting to tick down due to starvation. I'm not sure if we can die of that at the weight we're at, but I think it's going to very slowly tick down until we're extremely weak. Yeah, let's figure that out. Okay, there were 2 in the barn. So I had to attract them back into the house, and now I can hardly see anything because it's night. I don't have very good vision, and I'm just sort of stuck. I can't fall asleep. I'm forced into just kind of pushing them away. It is extremely good for power leveling. Extremely good for it, but I need to use a little bit of wrench quality if I want to knock them down at all. So I think I'm going to see if I can get the 2nd level in strength, just because that'll help me tomorrow so that I can fight them like a normal person rather than like what I've been having to do over the last couple of nights. Hopefully they won't redistribute and I can get a good night's worth of sleep, and then after that our character will be strong enough that he can actually go to the house in the north and then loot those buildings, because right now this has been a pretty sad fight. But it is kind of exciting to watch him progress now, you know, like level 2 and rising in strength. I feel pretty good about that. Though it is pretty boring right now, so. Oof. Man, there's so many little subtle things that get between the cracks. I guess there really always will be. Okay, we've managed to get level 2 in strength because I spent the entire night pushing the zombie against the wall, which is pretty insane when you get down to it, but I am now starving to death and I need to eat a ham, so I'm going to take this one out, which can be done like that, but yeah, there we go. Strength level 2, and honestly, already a pretty honest level of the way to level 3. Oh man, that gets extremely repetitive. We've been sitting here for about 15 minutes doing this, but it is worth it in the end because we get the... Jesus. That's why we need extra pairs of shoes. Just all around. My maintenance has gone up. How does that even work? You can do that with shoes? I didn't know I was power leveling maintenance as well, but at least that'll help my weapon condition in the future. I don't even mean to be doing this anymore. Please make it stop. Okay, there we go. It's dead. It's dead. We're trying to space the eating out of the rotten ham because of my weak stomach. And I will starve to death just due to, like, lack of having enough of anything. Apparently you can eat rotten food. Like, you need to be extremely slow with it. But we will attempt to drink the last of the water here. We will do that. Let's fill back up the tumbler with a little bit more water. And then, oh yeah, and we need one more because we're running out. Now, yeah, we'll eat one more quarter of the ham so that we don't die. And we don't have the nausea emote, so that means that we don't have food poisoning and we weren't infected. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, scratches, fine. Now we should probably try to get back into the horse barn, though, because now we can see when it's light out. We'll be nocturnal. We'll just sleep during the day when I can see around me. And then a couple more zombies should redistribute here, and then we'll attempt to get a good night's sleep. Man, at this rate, I might even get to the next level of fitness here. The good news about power leveling, well, is that it happens at this stage, because this is a pretty horrible place to be. This is the weakest possible human being, and he's slightly improving. So, is that the side? I thought that was them eating flesh, but I think that was just the wind passing through the trees. Oh no, there is another one here. This one I will attempt to just kill normal style, because I'm a little tired of the strength training. This is going to take me a while, so I'm just going to do this and then go to... Oh, there we go. Look at how fast your boy is. He's getting way stronger. That's better than he would have been at the beginning. Time to sleep in the barn, though. My head is starting to heal, and my groin as well. Wow. Actually, the groin has not healed, in fact. Sadly. We'll just patch that up again. This may take a month or more to heal, I've been told. Ooh, I am walking slightly faster now. Wow, that's very exciting. I think we just continue bringing back one or two for strength training, but let's stock up on shoes, because it would be a real shame if we ran out of shoes here. My shoes being destroyed while I was stomping on one of those was a real come to Jesus kind of moment just before there. And honestly, I think that if we just stomp on them normally like that, we may just be able to get the strength to level 3 without having to do quite so much tooth pulling. And we might be able to loot like a pack of gum or something like that. Imagine being able to swallow a whole piece of gum in order to stay alive. What kind of caloric content do you think is in gum, after all? I guess we'll find out. Now, there is... I want to say it was Hydrocraft. What was the mod that originally had gum? You would find gum in people's pockets when when you took them down. Ooh, more sneakers. Okay, let's keep putting the sneakers on the floor so that they don't rot with the rest of the bodies. The cold is still sticking around. We won't really recover from the cold until we are well fed, though. We may just have to stick with dirty bandages also. And keep in mind, we're also going to be limited by the amount of ham that we have remaining. So that's not really a lot. I'm thinking we're still going to have to make a run for it to this northern area. So, yeah, we could slowly but surely just like attract them out one by one and see how that does. Let's try throwing some of these shoes on the ground. Maybe the shoes will lighten us up, or maybe we could lighten ourselves up from the shoes. And if we throw down these sneakers, yeah, we'll put more sneakers and shoes in the entryway so that we have them as backups. We may want to keep an extra pair on us, though, as well. Good. Good. Maybe one pair of shoes on me and one bandage. Dirty or clean, whatever I have to take. And this sink really has a lot of water in it. That's been great. That's been great. We will... Yeah, I might as well clean one of the bandages. Okay. Really, the main thing that's going to get us here, though, is the fact that we're starving. I think we have a sausage and the ham, so we'll be able to feed ourselves, I would say, another 6 times before we manage to loot anything from up there. So I think that's enough time for another level in strength. It's 5:50 p.m. today. I think if we aren't going to be able to see, we spend the entire night strength grinding again so that we get to level 3. That way we can take out zombies faster, and then we go to the farm. But let's just see if we can attract one a little bit closer here. We walk through the woods, walk, walk. And anyone in this field? I mean, if we have managed to clear them all out, then it should be safe for the looting. Although we've got 2 buildings over there, which means we've probably got a couple more spawns, and some of them have been redistributing over the last couple of hours. We are running out of food, quite frankly. I have about a quarter of a sausage left. Rotten sausage, which isn't really much. I think I can eat a quarter of the sausage without dying due to food poisoning, but once you eat the first 2 quarters, then you have to eat the last half
YouTube
all at
videos
once.
are hit the dab fire.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, for real. Dead ass, dead straight bussin' fire. Thank you very much for the $3. Appreciated. No cap. Although I am in full of fear right now. No cap. Dead ass. But I am afraid. All right, I'll start speaking in English again now. Once again. Calmly walking through firmly grasp it through the woods. Mr. Krabs style. Now, we are running out of health due to starvation. I've replaced my bandages, so I'm not losing health due to that. That does stabilize. I have checked. I just don't want any of them to tail me back to the cabin in the woods. I think I need to go slightly south of here if I want to make it to the destination that I am seeking. This may have something. I mean, please, God, let this cabin have something. I need a can opener. Really, a can opener is the primary item required for survival in this challenge. Okay, this is the lessening of the density of the trees. We have made it to the cabin. Let's get into crouch mode. Crouch mode, which is basically the same speed as our other mode of
greetings from Costa Rica.
Stratosphere. Greetings to you in Costa Rica. Thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate you. Methinks the cabin is a safe place. Do I go faster? I guess I go fast boy from this point forward, just because I don't want my sound radius to attract them all in. Ooh, I am hypothermic too. It could be the hypothermia that's causing me to Ben's cabin. Just trying to think, is that a dev? Ben. Oh, fishing rod. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is actually insane. Fishing rod and fishing net trap. So fishing is extremely OP in this game. Increases chances of catching fish. Attach the rod before using fishing line. Okay, fishing line is also very important. I don't believe fishing tackle is 100% necessary here, but you know, it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and fill our tumbler. Foraging Volume 1, there's 2 copies of it, but I can't read, so just avoid those. Canned corned beef, I may be crushed by the weight of these items, but I can bring these back. And there is a lake nearby our house, so, I mean, do we actually have enough to survive indefinitely now? I was thinking of foraging. I was considering that. More fishing line and more fishing rods. Pretty sure that the fishing rod should be fine, though, right? Even in winter, this will also feed us, I believe. The fire extinguisher, I mean, we've already basically left all of the fire behind us in this challenge, so don't even worry about that. Unfortunately, though, no can opener in here. No can opener. How am I able to... Is this just openable on its own? Okay, I guess I'm going to open the can of corned beef because I am starving, but we will preserve this. The precious meat. Precious meat. Now, this is your boy when he's starving. Okay, now he's just very hungry, so he should recover health now. We were basically fine. We just don't want to lose Or we don't want that moodlet to go down anymore. I am now over encumbered, though. Okay, I think that we fill the tumbler. There isn't any other sort of receptacle that we can fill in here. So we just thank the cabin for what it gave to us. Thank you, cabin. Valor the Desert Fox, thank you very much for the 200 bits. Yes, this is perhaps like a cousin of Gerald Williams. This is Washingbeard Democritus. Honestly, this name might be the best name that AA has ever thought of. Although I think one of you guys came up with this name, right? Washingbeard, I basically just plagiarized from you people. You people always seem to suggest the name Washingbeard. You know, technically, Abraham Lincoln was a neckbeard. Maybe the greatest among neckbeards. I posted this to Twitter the other day, just for vanity's sake. I get high when people like my tweets. Oh, yeah. And when they retweet them. Yeah. So I like to say mean things about people who did good stuff because it causes me to get attention. Anyway, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I just think it's funny to think that there is like a fanfic of Abe Lincoln as a neckbeard.
Do a challenge where only one sim has a job and has to support the maximum number of other jobless sims, and also has to woo them all.
Honestly, not a bad idea. Thank you very much for the $3. 1950s polygamist sim. That is honestly an interesting prospect. You have the mind, well, what I would call a mind like water. Thank you. Or thick tea, as Gen Z knows it as. I guess I have to get through these woods for the rest of this. Do I just cut my losses and go back to the fishing life? I wouldn't. It would be nice if I could get some type of, I don't know, opening item, like so that I could open up these cans of food, because there's nothing for me. There's nothing for me out here, man. Ooh, let me go into the homes of the hillbillies. All right, here we are. The mobile home lot. Very, very quiet. Very quiet in here. Honestly, surprisingly quiet. I was expecting more resistance when we came. Okay, kitchen knife. Maybe it doesn't seem useful at the outset because we won't be able to do much with it, but think of its uses. Okay, box of cereal. We could potentially make a spear so that we could do a little bit better in combat. Cereal and chips. I don't really like these high-calorie foods, but it is something, so I'm willing to take that. I really don't want to make any noise, so hopefully there's just none in here. Foundation makeup. Okay, yeah, one of them heard me. Oh, dang, which window was that? Okay, good, that was the correct window for it to be. Now I'm going to need to be very, very quiet, though, because I'm going to get to... Okay, I have already started to slow down. I will eat a quarter of the chips while I'm walking around. We will eat items only in quarters from now on, because we need to be extra conservative with our food, our remaining precious foodstuffs. Okay, let's try one more kitchen over here. Unless it is occupied. It's occupado. Attempt. Okay, nothing. Ooh. My clothing somehow managed to avoid getting me killed. Okay, I am destroying the window, smashing the window, removing the broken glass. I have no idea how I survived that. It sounded like a bite. That really sounded like a bite. Should I just go? I'm just gonna go now. I've already dodged death like one time too many. Thank you, leather jacket. I'm pretty sure that's enough to survive for, I would say, another week, though, and enough... Oh, so they seem to get, like, some kind of hit on me when I... Oh, it might be because I'm over-encumbered. That is odd, actually. It could be the coat. It could be that this is just a great coat, man. I think if I go through trees, though, I can start to lose them when they give me their lunge. Okay, it's gonna be a race. It's gonna be a race, but this thick tea don't eat itself. Here, on that note, let's just make our way back through the woods. This is going to be a nail biter. All right, finally, denim shorts over with. I guess we could rest here potentially for a few minutes. Okay, maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna feel any better. All right, I'm refilling my tumbler. This is very, very bad. I need to sleep outside, but I think it may actually be remote enough out here that I could just sleep on the ground and be okay. I'm gonna do it because I have to sleep somehow. I don't know how else I'm going to survive this. I think we eat another quarter of the chips, the precious chips, precious, precious chips. Smooth boy, we back at home. Yeah, we made it. Ooh, yeah. We made it back home. All right, that was a lot of walking. But we did manage to come back with some spoils, some cereal, some canned fruit cocktail that I can't even open up yet because I don't have a can. Or, what is it, a can opener. I do have the can, but I lack the opener. The canned corned beef, I should actually eat this first because this is going to spoil quite quickly. And we have nothing left to cool or insulate it. I think I can start to just put everything, though, into the cupboard. But me thinks also, too, that perhaps we should consider going back into the woods, maybe fashioning a few spears, just because it'd be nice to be able to quickly kill a few of these things. And we can summon the strength to fight a few more. We have Dirty Bandage on the groin, but we are no longer... I believe that this status has actually slightly improved. Let's just go ahead and... We have a bottle of disinfectant, but not really any disinfectant to speak of in it remaining. Let's just go ahead and remove the Dirty Bandage. This may slightly raise the speed of the healing process. We will use the last of the disinfectant here to massage the demons out of the deep wound. But if we rebandage that with the ripped sheets, here we go, and we just throw those dirty rags on the ground. We won't really be cleaning any more of these because just we're running out of water. But we do have a source of water just to the southwest. Yeah, chipped stones too. There is that. We could do a little bit of foraging here as well. A good point nonetheless. Honestly, that is free weapons. Yeah, you're right. Why don't I think of that? Yeah, let's go do that. Let's just get free weapons. It is raining right now, though. Kind of chancy on risking the cold, but we could attract back a few more zombies. I mean, I already am sick, so it's not like I can get another cold. It is pretty horrible to get sick in this game mode because it's just you don't have enough food until you start growing cabbages and stuff like that. So that is an item of consideration, my friends. Another thought is potentially going back to the area where we first started the challenge. But I think for right now, starving, we want to avoid starvation. We still haven't even gotten the double chevron down in our weight, though, too. I mean, we are still obese, but we're starving to death, ironically. Let's just continue eating quarters of the corned beef every single time we get that starving moodlet. Okay. All right. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go ahead and do some foraging, because we haven't. And it's basically free XP right here. There's nobody around. Nobody's going to do anything to us. We'll search for firewood. And if we find any stones in the meantime, I don't believe I've actually done any foraging since the update. Like, in any challenge. Foraging is quite good now, though. It's kind of cool. It's much more immersive, definitely. It's definitely harder than it was before. But before, it was really just too easy to find really good stuff. You would be this master forager from the second that you started. Yeah, chipped stones would also be good, but mainly branches. You're right, branches, tree branches. Basically what this is going to give us is just a free kill. We may still yet not even use them, just save them up. Only because our maintenance is still pretty low. But okay, here we go. Something here to be had. So 0.35 from finding this thing. Do we actually get more experience from picking it up? 0.35 up to 1.4. Okay, so we do actually slightly gain it. Pine cones, though, I don't believe really give us anything, right? Pine cones are... I mean, they can be used for fires, but, like, firewood is basically all around us, so never mind. Just don't worry about it. Are these PC vids going to be on YouTube? Indeed. Yeah. Selections. There are parts of this series that are just going to be kind of grindy, though. Like, when I was pushing a guy into a wall for 2 hours, I spent a lot of time doing that today. I just decided, I don't think I'm going to include that, just because it gets kind of boring. I'm just holding down the space bar for hours. That's how I got 2 strength. Oh my god, how did I get that far? Yeah, it was pretty freaking boring. Once we get this, I think we might be able to fight a few more, because there are some zombies up here as well. But yeah, basically, just avoid the zombies at all costs. The better we become at living in the wilderness, the more we can just avoid civilization. Because generally speaking, that's what's going to get us killed, like just before. There's a few basic items we needed to start up. Okay, here we go, tree branch. Woo, everyone, can we get a clap for the tree branch? This is what we were looking for, thank you. Let's go ahead and make... 2 spears. Wow, these are going to be in just such terrible condition that we'll hardly be able to use them. Thank you for the clap. Appreciated. Beautiful. All right. Here we go. Crafted spears. We could attach that to the back. I think that is probably a better idea just because the crowbar is not a very... The crowbar is a decent weapon as it lasts for a while, but... I don't want it to break down. It does have other uses. I already regret losing the wrench, but everyone knows you could fix a wrench with some adhesive tape. Yeah. Oh, okay, another item. I think I'm just it's going to be a little bit... Ooh, chipped stone. Here we go. So now we can make even more spears. All right, lovely. Now we can, like, load up on these things. Maybe we get really good at foraging, too. We can find food. Oh god, wouldn't that be amazing? Although we are, I believe, coming into the autumn and winter, so foraging becomes extremely difficult at this time of year. The one thing I will say is that right now we're probably at a low point of how... Or it is very... PZ is extremely difficult. Back in the... Before animations, this game was way, way easier. And then when they added animations, the game got cooler, but it also got way harder. And right now, they still haven't added hunting and animals, so I feel as though when they add that stuff in, it's going to make it more possible to survive in the wilderness. Although, maybe everything will just die off. Yeah, pre-build for it. Yeah, like way back in the day. Oh god, this is kind of crazy. A pipe wrench? Wait, was that... Did we have that? We didn't have that before, did we? That's kind of crazy. Did one of them just, like, drop that? That was pretty lucky. Let's go ahead and just finish off foraging. I gotta find some used napkins, pennies, and chips. And then maybe after that... I don't know. Maybe give fishing a try, just because it's something, right? Ideally, though, get a shovel before then so that we can get worms for free bait. Let's give it a shot. All right. My heart is not ready for the rush of undead we are about to face. I'm going to have to continue kiting these back. But I will use the discipline in order to improve my strength. This is an insanely repetitive process, so I'm mostly just going to do it off camera. But we're keeping a spear for backup here. We need to be very, very careful, because if we slightly stub our toe, we could die. We could die. But there, good. Using the walk to command, that's safe, that's safe. We bring them back, and we get to strength level 3. We slightly catch our breath, and then we will be able to loot these buildings. Then we can go for the other ones. Then we can get some can openers. You know the progression. But that's what we got to do here. We just got to make sure we're limiting it to just one at the door. And then I'm actually going to slowly beat them. Okay, so here we go. This is going to be the long, slow strength grind, but it is a manly activity. All right, we've gotten too strong, perhaps. Now we're able to actually push them down. This is problematic and bad. I need to get weaker and more tired. This is bad. I'm actually not training as quickly as I was before. No, brother. Hey, brother. I want to help you reach your emotional true self, brother. Okay, I've cut ahead here to a couple days in the future. I couldn't sleep in the farmhouse, and I did finish my strength training. I am now at strength level 3, and in all of the strength training, I managed fitness level 1, which is kind of insane because that's not even really how it works. But I just was so excessively tired that I realized there is no point to being this tired anymore. And it is also extremely dark. I can't see anything around me, so I'm going to go inside here. I've actually moved house to the isolated shack in the woods to the east. Only because I had to do a little bit of testing here. You can't sleep in the farmhouse. You can sleep in the barn, but that has too many openings and opportunities. But here I can actually... Isn't this amazing? I could sleep. I could not sleep for so much of the challenge, but that is what got me stronger. I just needed to be out of breath so that I could actually use the strength for an intended purpose. So let's see if we can get here. I'm just trying to gauge with the very small amount of food that we have left. I really don't want to do this in the middle of the day. We could be setting out at dawn, but 9:10 p.m. is not a great time to do this. But yeah, basically, I've been on a strength-building adventure. It would be nice to ferry back over the supplies from the farmhouse, but I just don't think it's going to happen, at least not anytime soon. I might be capable of fighting 1 or 2, and I still have to search the mobile home over here. And actually, we do have beds in here. I don't even have to sleep on this couch. Don't even need that couch life. This is an average bed quality. To imagine anything being average about this man. Okay, I also get average bed quality over there. Well, we're at 1:30 a.m. I'm starving to death again. I mean, we're really on our last leg with food here. We have at least half the can of corned beef remaining. Ooh, that's really not that much of the can of corned beef remaining now. So I think... we need food desperately, because it does cause damage if we get hit. Do we have something? No, I don't really want to waste any water here either, because there's not much water in this. I can't waste it on dirty rags. I need to use it all for drinking right now. So, okay, a little bit of water left there. Let's, 1:50 a.m. Okay, I think this may actually be a decent time to get moving around my house. So I would prefer... honestly, the farmhouse, but until my claustrophobia subsides a little bit, I'm kind of stuck living here. So it is what it is. But we do have a mobile home here that we may encounter some zombies. So we kind of want to be on the lookout here. Finally, though, something, right? You have to go to all of the most isolated possible places, which is kind of a big ask, because a lot of the most isolated places contain nothing for human sustenance. Hang on a second, I just have to turn back on notifications. Anyway, this has been a very tricky series because I've had to spend so much time in the woods. It's away from everything. Though we did get a little bit of foraging experience the last time, right? Yeah, we're now at almost half of the first level, which is kind of amazing. I guess I should probably stay by well-lit areas because I can't even see in the night, and that is just how hard it is to do literally anything. Okay, actually a rather extensive kitchen right here. With, luminescent white walls, apparently. Okay, box of shotgun shells, not really doing many... Okay, I don't think that this will be useful at all, but... we have, a gun owner's mobile home right here. Empty cooking pot. Okay, the empty cooking pot may actually be useful for, storing some type of water in there. And pickles, which don't go bad. This will prevent me from starving, but also aid me in my weight loss adventures. Okay, melted ice cream used to be more useful. This used to be impossible to have it rot, but it now does. This occurred to me recently. I had a character who was dying, completely normal guy who was dying of ice cream poisoning. Sad way to die. But yeah, honestly possible in real life, so that I buy it. Coveralls, not really giving us much better defense than what we have. We have a microscope here. It's kind of bizarre. All right, but I guess only pickles and ice cream. Not really my two foods of choice, but it did keep us up till 2:50 a.m., and that is a shotgun. Now, the question is, do we bring the shotgun with us?
Happy zomboiding, can't wait for basements.
Yeah, basements will be a very nice update. Also, Aaron Burr, sir, thank you very much for the Prime. And Cosmic Otters, appreciate the Prime. Thank you. Let me go ahead and save the pickles and the remaining canned corned beef for later, but I will relocate some of these items. I mean, we might be crushed underneath the weight of the double barrel shotgun. I say that we try to do it quietly, and then if it doesn't work, we come back as a last-ditch effort, because shotgun is actually a great weapon for someone who's bad at dealing with, well, I mean, bad with guns in general. I don't think we're going to be doing ourselves any favors, but we might be able to get in and out fast, but I would much prefer to do it quietly. Okay, I'm just going to go back into my sad shack where I can't see anything and sleep for the night. The screen will stop being black in a second. Here we go. At least the snow lets me see around me. And it is only getting colder here. I mean, as long as we have the indoor buff to our temperature, we won't die of cold, of hypothermia. So there is that, at least. At least I have that going for me. I'm not sure if that's much to say. But let's go ahead and put these other items. Ooh, we also have a beer can. That's kind of nice. Pickles. Back with the matches. Well, we could at least start a fire. This hand fork. I'm not sure if you could use that to dig furrows. It seems as though you should without, like, messing up your hands, you know? But I don't think it's an option. We also have the water from the tap in that sink. All right, let's just go ahead and see if I could use the power of not being tired all the time in order to do a successful looting run on this mobile home lot. So right now I wake up and I'm actually well rested. It won't last for long, but hey, it's something, right? So we are freezing to death. Also, oh yeah, and I totally forgot about the outhouse. There might be some poop water that we could drink in there. No, unfortunately, no, there is no poop water. But I mean, it is technically an indoor area, so maybe we could somehow use that in time. And so it's just straight, it's a straight shot north of here. As well as, are we running out of anything? Wait a minute, there's a car too. Okay, this is a help. Dirty bandage on the groin. Okay, no, actually this car is destroyed. We may be able to get... Ooh, this is very lucky. Please have... I don't think that it has anything in it. But please have something in you. No, it has nothing in it, in fact. All right. It is a traveling item receptacle, though. So that is maybe slightly more useful. And then there is a wrench in there. Wrench, arguably not really more useful than what I've already got. I think I will eat the remaining, not chili, the corned beef, though. What do we have? We also have a pickle at home. That is the last remaining food, though. And the ice cream will take us a little while. But the reason why I'm dropping in health is because... why am I still dropping in health? Because of the dirty bandage on the groin for just a little bit longer. Then it should stabilize at a certain level. But yeah, that may be an infected wound and we're still just losing some health from it. But it should level off. It should. I think. Otherwise, we're just going to have to grab some, like, cleaner rags. We'll have to keep replacing these things. At this rate, we might not even be able to suture our deep wound. Okay, what is this? Nope, this is not... I thought this was the town. No, this is just a rail yard truck. At least there are a lot of good indicators for where you are over here. A lot of train tracks and things like that you can make out in this neck of the woods. I don't think that the winter winds give us any more cover. I also need to do everything with the walk to command, lest I risk, like... Ooh, there's a lot more of... How have they redistributed over here? It could be just like the natural day-by-day raised population count. I kind of want to stay in crouch mode for as long as I can, just walking, and then when I finally round up a group or see what is going to be around here, then we make a break for it and see if we can assess one of the mobile homes. I think we already hit the bottom two over there, but let's maybe make our way into town a little bit more. Okay, yeah, see, like, this is way more than we could possibly deal with. We could potentially run away from them.
Salutations from the blustery and inclement shores of England. I hope you are well.
Thank you, last TARDIS. What a, like, splendiferous way to enter. This is looking pretty freaking hopeless. I don't think we're going to get much here. I really don't want to go into one of them. I know that I could probably lead them through and maybe get my way around, but if they should surround the place... Just, I guess we're doing, like, a... Oh, God, really? This is pretty bad. I'm thinking maybe we bring back the shotgun, because this is, like, the best opportunity we're going to get at loot for a while. I'm definitely not going to be able to get anything in this round. This, I thought, would be... I mean, maybe we could get an outer one if we were very creative. Actually, that could work. Maybe we could get it. Nope, they're over there too. All right, pretty sad, feeling bad. I guess we go back and get the shotgun because I do need some type of food. Or just a can opener from one of these places. But everything, yeah, these are the two. I believe it was these two that I already looted. Man. Okay, but yeah, on the periphery, indeed, it does look slightly better. Maybe we could get just one quick chance in and out really fast. Do we have an exit on the other side? Let's see if we can get anything. Toilet paper, toilet paper. Nope. Nope, just more toilet paper. Yep, what a great idea. Just put toilet paper all over the... Okay, this is going to look very iffy, but it is very iffy, and I am basically dead. Let's jump out the window and run away. That was not safe. All right, I'm going back. I did not think this would work like this, but upon further examination, yeah, we can use a hand fork, the one that I found in order to dig furrows and search for worms for the winter as food. I am starving right now, so let's go ahead and eat those pickles. But basically what this does is just keeps you, like, you know, it tides you over. Here we go. The pickles are probably the cleanest source of food that we've had in a while. The dirty bandage wouldn't worry too much about, but if we can get tons of worms, then that lets us go to the lake to get water. We might be able to do that. We might be able to do that. We'd need some way of, like, boiling the water, but we do have that cooking pot. We do have a cooking pot, keep in mind. We aren't really skilling up in any meaningful way here. Do we have a nice open area as well? Not really. Okay, I could probably do it in the mobile trailer a lot. At least that'll give me time in case if any do arrive nearby. And this will get us out of breath, so gradually, very gradually, our fitness will rise. But not by much, keep in mind. So let's just go ahead and basically dig up the entire area, see if we can find a single worm in here. Yeah, I mean, making a worm salad. Potentially the option has been posited. Should we look for berries? I mean, my foraging skill has leaves a lot to be desired. It is kind of an option. Foraging used to... Does foraging still make you as thirsty? I don't believe it does. It's also been said that one poison berry will kill me with my type of stomach. Which we kind of need to, you know, keep an eye out for. Okay, so we do have 7 worms now. Worms can't really... You can't really gain weight from worms. I've even tried it with a character where I ate thousands of worms. And unfortunately, you cannot gain weight from them just because the amount of time that passes for you to devour the worm isn't... Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't cause you to gain weight. It's like celery, people. You burn more calories chewing it than you do that you get from processing it and digesting it and so on and so forth. But yeah, 11 worms. Okay, this is great. So we basically have a free food source. It's not a very good food source, but we're already going to be depressed forever, keep in mind. Now we have an infinite source of food, technically, then. Until at least my weight dips to a certain point. As far as water goes, though... We can also remove the furrows, so we don't actually have to go deeper and deeper into the woods. That is nice to know. Because there's not really any good news for this man most of the time. 17 worms, though. Let's see if we can get him off of the starving moodlet with that. Okay, so it takes 1, 2... Okay, so within 2 worms, he is able to get rid of that starving moodlet. Whatever it takes, that was a lot of worm eating, though, so I would say, yeah, this is going to be the dominant food strategy for a while here. Once again, as we saw with Worm Man. Isn't that true of... I thought that was true of celery. Is that not true? Either way, it is very low of celery. Maybe it's a myth. It's a well-known myth. The myths of celery. Up there with Aesop's fables. But really, the thing that's scaring me a bit more is the fact that we have very dire thirst need. A very dire thirst need. So in order to get some sort of source of water, do we have that cooking pot? I mean, we could make fires indefinitely. Okay, yeah, empty cooking pot. So then this is an option. We do have a lake somewhat far away. Now for some source of boiling the water. Now this is getting to feel like the actual zombie apocalypse. Good morning, Starshine. I mean, this will keep me until I'm basically, 60 kg, and then I start taking damage from being... No, I'm pretty sure you can go even lower than 60 kg. One of the advantages of starting off morbidly obese. Now I'm just regular overweight. I am getting stronger. Stronger and more fit. Fear me. Wait, what do we need for a campfire, then? You're going to need a lot of rags, right? Let's go ahead. Man, this is like actual crafting survival. I haven't done this since I was a boy. Campfire kit. Tent kit, not tent. Campfire kit. I guess I could have done a tent before now that I think of it. We can get logs out in nature, and we do have a dirty rag. Now we just need something to start the fire with. As far as that goes, I'm pretty sure we can now forage in the woods almost indefinitely, assuming we get enough rain. We just need more water receptacles, or a body of water, even if it's tainted water. So yeah, let's do some foraging. We have tons of woods around here, and at least that will be somewhat useful. Turn on foraging mode, and who knows, we might even find... Like the last time we found a pipe wrench, too, which wasn't even intended, and yeah, I genuinely have no idea how we found that the last time in the woods. So we do a little bit of foraging here. Yeah, drilling it. Yeah, doing a drill plank. Drilling a hole into a plank. Getting a stick. And then using that to create the friction in order to create a fire. I'm going to use walk to throughout the woods, though. Okay, so we do have something over there, only because I am afraid of harming myself. Okay, twigs are somewhat useful. As we get better at foraging now, I haven't really extensively used the new system, honestly, since it was replaced from the old system. The old system was way easier, but I like this version of it better because it was really too easy. Your radius around your character starts to rise. I also do believe you get some passive experience just from walking around, even if you don't find anything, which is good. Because it's pretty terrible when you're this bad at it. Wow, we have really not found anything. I mean, I guess we are in winter. Eventually it'll be spring, but... okay, this is going to be kind of a task, so I'm just going to speed ahead here. Okay, so we did pretty well with the chipped stones over here, and now we should be able to make an axe, or two. We might need two, because this thing is probably going to just get destroyed immediately. We do have another tree branch, and can we... No, we could make only a spear with that. All right, I mean... No, there should be more in nature. If we equip that, or we attach that to... okay, yeah, fine, whatever. Let's just go ahead and see if we can take down a tree, preferably a rather large tree. We may be able to fashion our own yard here. Wouldn't that be exciting? This is like the largest tree around here, I guess. That's not even that big. Right, these ones look like they would yield a log. Probably this thing is just going to get destroyed. Well, we actually did manage to get a log out of that. That is surprising. Okay, 2 logs, though. That should be enough now. I think. Along with our dirty rag. Don't we have a dirty rag from before as well? That should make us a campfire. And now we lucked out with that cooking pot in here. Where is it? Why am I getting hurt? No, I'm okay. Never mind. Okay, if we take this... And we need either dirty rag, magazine, newspaper, ripped sheets. Okay, so anything will do. Oh, we could also use twigs. We have tons of twigs, so let's use those instead. Now we can make... Where is it? Campfire kit. Cool. Whoops, it's at the top. There we go. Okay, so craft one of these. Ooh. Ooh. I also believe that we have matches here, but we could do drilled plank. Campfire materials. We place the... whoops. No, we don't do that. We will build a fire right here. Okay, so now we have a campfire. We have to go find that cooking pot again. I believe that was in one of the shelves on the inside of this. Cooking pot with water. I believe that is... No, that is not tainted water, but we might as well just leave that out there. We've got the matches in there. I'm going to just put this on the ground over here in the hopes that it will pour that into my tumbler that I've been carrying with me. Can I just put this on it? No, okay. Yeah, I can't have that in that container. We place this on the ground nearby to collect rainwater. It does look kind of cool on top of it, but I just want to remind myself that it's not for that. And basically, when this thing fills with water, then we could make a fire, boil it, and then, you know. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be mostly snow for now. But I guess in the meantime, our most immediate needs, aside from, like, gaining weight again eventually, is just going to be... well, hunger and thirst, and since I don't want to have to make my way all the way over to the lake, I say that we just keep on foraging to get a little bit better at it. Maybe make our way over in the direction of the lake. But we have a consistent food source now because we have a tool that we can use to get to the worms and not have to, you know, destroy my hands every single time that I do it. But yeah, I'm thinking now... Actually, I'm going to slow down and we'll enable the aim mode to raise my chances. So now we're at 33% chance. The weather effect is not that bad because it's not snowing anymore. If we just do this, this should let us find a little bit more. I want to be kind of precious with time right here. Just because every moment kind of counts as we're like, you know, like every day we are losing weight and drifting closer toward, well, emaciation. So I was going to go slow, but I'm just going to see if I can find any useful materials. Some time has passed. My deep wound is healed. On its own, I didn't even need the needle. I have never waited that long for one of these things to heal, but miraculously, I am okay. It is 11:30 a.m. I'm not even quite sure what day it is. I guess I'll have that posted by the time I figure it out. But I've been stuck with this normal watch. So, really, we did a little bit more foraging, but not much is alive here. I'm at level 2 and change with foraging, and my lack of, like... well, my nearsightedness is preventing me from seeing very far around me, so that's not doing me any favors. Would be nice to find some glasses, but I really am not in the position to take on any in a civilized area yet. We need another source of either water, like a body of water, or water storage, if we could, like, you know, hoard more of it with the rains. But right now it's getting colder, and there's more snow and less rain, and we can't do much with that. Living off of rainwater, what remains of it, and worms right now. So I'm thinking that possibly the best bet here is going to be to make our way up through the woods to the north. And we want to be mindful just because it's noon. I wish I had set out just a little bit early. I wanted to not be too... I didn't want to belabor my explanation too long just because I will freeze to death if I stay out too long now. Don't worry about the over-encumberedment. I mean, I'm going to slow down either way, but I'm going to be sipping the rest of the water, and if I do manage to get any from the lake, that'll be great. But what else are we dealing with? There's quite a lot that we're dealing with right now. I don't really want to list out all the things or I'll just start to get kind of depressed. But we should be able to walk along these train tracks and then wait till the point where it turns and then make our way further east. And then that may wind us up at the campgrounds and lake. And if that's not overtaken completely by zombies, I'm thinking that might be a potential source of water while we wait for rains. So we're going to have to do quite a lot of walking and ferrying back and forth, but we're really just not in the position where we can go into any civilized areas. What I think has occurred is that since spawn, a few zombies have like migrated into the cities, and they've also grouped up in greater numbers, which you tend to see them start to like congregate. Thusly, when you go there, we are slightly dying right now. That is mainly due to starvation, but also partially due to hypothermia, which we will be able to overcome once we get to the lake, but I don't think we'll be able to sleep until we get back. The one good bit of news is that the snow, despite the fact that it is covering things, will make it easier to see in the night when we come back, because we're going to be coming back here at dusk, probably. I didn't set out early enough, and it's already 3 p.m. In fact, I might just stay there overnight, if it is uninhabited. But really what I just need is, like, You know, I may do some spearfishing at the lake, if that's possible. I don't even think I'll be able to do anything with it. Really just the water, just anything, please. Either that or just my own death, like swift and painless. Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, you know what? We're in it for the long run, I guess. But I didn't really mean to kill morale with that. Hey, let's get to foraging. Let's be productive. Get our minds off of this, right? We have arrived at the lake. We are just west of the lake. There's actually some storage in here. 223 rounds. Not bad. I mean, I don't really have much of a use for them right now, nor do I really want to carry them back. I guess it's good to know that they're here. And then a poop hole. And then there's going to be probably another poop hole over here. I will warm up slightly in here just for a second, so we'll take every last bit of health that we can get, because we're down to, I would say, like 60% health. So we might want to take some time to warm up and eat the remaining worms while we're in here. Also, have we had all of the water to drink? Okay, let's pour what remains of that into the tumbler. Yeah, we are getting kind of low on that water. It would be nice to have a second container here, but I mean, the big piece of information is that there's no zombies here. That was my greatest fear, was that this place would just be totally overrun because it was a former campgrounds, but currently seeing nothing, which is honestly amazing. Crafted spear and worms. This is probably going to do nothing for me, but at least I now know that I could bring my fishing rod over here. I'm pretty sure that it's still in... Oh, did I bring that with me to the new home? If not, we might have to go back and raid the farmhouse to get back my fishing rod. And also, I do panic in here. I was going to say, could I potentially sleep at this place? There is potentially one more building over here, which is just to the east, that we might be not claustrophobic enough to sleep in. So let's go ahead and just check that out. Otherwise, this is another source of water, which is mainly what we needed. Yeah, this is the building. Most of these buildings are... Okay. No. No. There are some here. That is unfortunate. Are you literally the only two, though? Usually it's not just two. Usually it's like 10 or 15 or 20. This looks like it might be one of those rare situations where it is just two, or at least they're just in this building. Ooh, as long as they don't redistribute into here, we're good, man. Did you notice that I started panicking when I went in there? Also, are there any glasses on the floor that I didn't see? Let me just go into search mode for a second. No, it doesn't seem like I missed any glasses from before. All right, are there any more in there? Okay, no. Throw the 2 spears on the ground. Get rid of the encumberment. Cool, I'm not encumbered anymore. Equip that in both of my hands. Make sure there's none around me. Good. Am I panicking in this building? Most probably yes, right? Panic. Just regular panic. Not really going down or... Okay, yeah, it is rising. Okay, so we cannot sleep in here, about as I predicted. But it does seem pretty remote. That is good. I want to be able to move base here, but I'm not sure that's going to be an option. I feel like just taking back fish as a haul from this place would be plenty worthwhile for what we've put into it. I slightly more am on my guard now that I've seen 2, but yeah, this is going to be an option, man. And fish can actually keep us, you know, of a decent weight as this challenge progresses. So that is good to know. It's not really a big consideration right now, but yeah, we are going to have to walk back there at the slowest possible speed. Fortunately, there is nothing developed between us and our last base. So now it's just a matter of getting all the fishing equipment. I'm almost 100% sure that this won't like fully pan out as I'm expecting. But yeah, let's see if we can get some of the fishing gear back here and then maybe get a haul. And I will take some tainted water back with me as long as I have... Yeah, I have enough for the journey. Okay, it's time for a little bit of an after-action report here, I suppose. The lake turned out to be a fruitful endeavor. Coincidentally and happily, I will just go ahead and grab some of this water. We got tainted water from the lake, and now we've boiled it. We're going to pour this into our tumbler. Though we won't be bringing this with us, because as it turns out, I forgot my fishing gear back at the farm. So now I'm in a bit of a spot. you might say. I'm just going to leave that on the fire for a little while. I do have another cooking pot back at the farm, and I also left all of my fishing gear back there, and that's not really doing me any favors. You can't do much spear fishing at level 0. So I think what we need to do is very, very carefully go back. We won't be doing it today because it's already noon. We would probably want to do this either... Actually, we'll want to prepare for this like today and tonight. I'm very over-encumbered currently because I'm not carrying my shotgun. I'm just going to handle that, so now I'm still slightly over-encumbered, actually. We're trying to get back out the fishing gear and the other pot. It contains some rotten pasta, which is inedible, just completely inedible. But I think we need to use the rest of the day. We are severely depressed. We bring maybe a beer with us so that when we get there, we are slightly happy for a moment, so that helps us pick things up faster. This is the one thing I've been kind of saving. We're just going to have to kind of like shotgun a beer right before we get to the next place. But yeah, like nothing is going very well right now. We have to eat the remainder of the worms before we get there. I think I have enough to get me through about midday tomorrow. We may have to stock up just a little bit more, actually. I think I'll do that, and I'll go to sleep around like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon today so that I can set out there in the middle of the night and then arrive at dawn. Make a noise and then be very quiet around. It's going to be tricky, but if we do it right, we're basically... Like, we will essentially be safe forever here. So this is kind of... Everything is on the line right now. This is the next... I mean, this is going to seal our security for a while, and then we could build something up after that. Because, like, we have pretty much everything we need. Well, except fire. There's always going to be something, but... yeah, like, this extends our time horizon by quite a lot, so it is important. Anyway, let's get some more worms, and then we'll set out tonight. I kind of like the part where he shotguns a beer right before he does it all. Oh, man. He deserves a beer. He might die if he has a beer. Like, it would just destroy his liver. He would go directly into cirrhosis. We've finally made it to the farm. I'm, like, halfway dead of hypothermia, which is giving me pause, because I'm going to have to duck in somewhere so that I don't freeze to death. It's not going to be thirst that kills me. It's not going to be hunger, but we just have to get out of this. I'm getting ready to shotgun the beer because it's going to have a slightly delayed effect. Yeah, like, see, right now he's slightly tipsy, but he will get less depressed, and that will cause him to pick things up faster. I'm just going to put that can on the ground, and now I'm going to begin shooting the shotgun from out in the field, but I just want to assess how many are at the farm first, because if it did clear out, then I just get this stuff for free, but I'm guessing that's not what happened. Yeah, there's already some over there that are being attracted to me. Let's move... First toward the farm, then we'll shoot the shotgun, and then we'll see how many are on to me. Or if I can just get in, but I'm guessing they've overtaken it again. Just be quiet, be quiet. Okay, there's a couple over there, but can we get in fast? Nope, they're already in. There's tons of them in there. What do we do? First off, we have to shoot directly in because we want to get a vector going so that any that are in there are just going to come out. See, there's like 20 in there. Not great, but now that means that the other ones from out in the fields are also going to get drawn here. So we want to just basically conserve whatever energy we've got left, attract them somewhere near the farm, but not to it, and then circle back around with whatever energy we've got left. And then hopefully not die of cold in the process. Okay, this fence looks like a good opportunity. Fence. Go from the fence. Quietly into the woods. Why am I actually going faster? This is just what happens when you get this jacked up. You just go faster when you're sneaking. Okay, try that. Maybe even lose them potentially in the barn. I don't think we're going to have enough room there. Just assess how many are over there. Maybe you go back behind the bar. Oh, I have an idea. Go back into the woods and then through. And as long as they don't get attracted to my cold, let me just try walk 2 over here. So we just stay in the tree line, and then we come back out and around and just make minimal noise as soon as we get to that barn. Okay, now right in. Okay, pot. Okay, wait a minute. Before I get the pot, fishing rod, and whatever fishing line I can get, and a fishing net trap, and the fishing tackle. Okay, now I'm going to be a little bit greedy right here. See if I can grab this pasta. Ooh. Okay, is there anything else in here? I'm hearing something. What is that? What is that? What is that? And then we go back into the tree line, and then we're safe. Okay. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. I'm alive, man. Am I out of health? Ooh, I'm at critical damage. Where can I hide here for a second? I'm gonna need to duck in somewhere for the night. I think we take it back to the abandoned shack. Alright, but I gotta deke my way through this, otherwise I'm dead. I think I'm gonna outrun him just due to the lunge. I got everything I wanted. Oh, we've made it back home. It was pretty... Actually, we got pretty spoiled on that journey. I'm just going to pour all of this rotten, uncooked pasta on the ground. I'm pretty sure this isn't even really an option to have this. I guess, could we cook it, actually? We might be able to cook that. Let me just double check this. Because if we were to light a fire, we get rotten, uncooked pasta, but we could eat it slowly and then get slightly better pasta. I mean, it's about the same as worms. It's slightly greater in calories. Yeah, better when it's hot. All right. Good enough. From this point forward, basically the only thing that we need is some way of starting a fire. We need to improve at fishing, and seasonality will affect us too. So I'm thinking that we actually have all of this gear. We can make trips to and from the lake, ferrying back water and fish to eat in the winter. And it's getting, like, pretty late in the year, or early in the year. I mean, it is snowing, though it does snow pretty early on in this game. It snows as early as, like, September or October. Are we so injured as well? But yeah, I guess that is just to say, like, we made it back safe. I think the temperature is rising slightly, too. But I think we give it a good buffer of 2 or 3 days, dig up some more worms, and then we make our way back to the lake, bring the fishing rod, the fishing tackle, and maybe the worms with us. Oh yeah, we could use that for bait, too. Then we also have this fishing net trap. So that's a lot of options. We got lucky with some weird types of loot that weren't immediately helpful, like, I don't know. Well, we did find a hand, or whatever it is, a hand fork. Maybe not a hand trowel. Oh, no, that's matches. But yeah, I mean, now we kind of commence survivalist mode, and from there it's sort of thinking about, how do I keep weight on my bones while I slowly strengthen my way up? And then we come back here and we start on a kind of another exercise grind like we were on at the beginning. That one was helpful in the beginning, but I mean, the other thing we can do now is foraging, fishing. We could max out reloading just by reloading bullets here if we wanted to, but I think that's kind of a useless skill. And most of the crafts aren't really useful to us yet. Sadly. Yeah, and then just some weapon skills. So let's go wait another day, and then we'll go back to the lake. We are beginning to freeze to death. In order to prevent our untimely freezing to death, it would be nice if we had some type of fire that has been suggested in chat, which I actually do think is a pretty good idea. So we're looking around for a log right here. If we can find a log on our way to the lake, or for that matter, anything else, would be nice. Then we could put the fire next to us whilst we fish. I didn't remember the matches. Okay, well, it's a nice idea. We could at least start one up and get it ready for the next time that we go. But I think that we give this a little bit of a try right here. You know, we try to get a fire going next to us. See how that goes, and then just turn back. We're going to have to do a lot of trips back and forth here. But the good news is that our fitness is increasing markedly. So now here we can go. If we go... Oh, wait, we went slightly further south than I thought we would have. We could probably scavenge in some of those buildings, too. See if there's anything left over from civilization that we missed before. But yeah, placing a net trap right here. It is winter, so fishing will be pretty horrible. But, I mean, it's better than nothing. Not by much. But we will go ahead and just fill up these 2 empty cooking pots. That's going to give us all the water. Not really all the water that we need, but enough for now. Take all of that and just poop it out on the ground so that it doesn't get us tired. Now, I mean, we could use a chipped stone. Oh, yeah, we could use a chipped stone, in fact, to create a drill plank. Though we would need a plank to create that. Hang on a second. To create a drill plank. Campfire, we just need logs, but drill... Yeah, we... Wait a minute. General plank. Drill plank. We could do that with a log as well. So you don't actually need a saw. I do like it that you don't need any items from civilization. Okay, so now we're basically choosing between starving to death and freezing to death. Like, for a little while. Hopefully not to death, but we have to get going before this reaches, like, here. And it is starting to drop very fast. That is not good. Okay, we'll try a little bit. But I wouldn't count on much. Mainly, this is just a supply dropping run before we get to what we're really going for. I'm just going to put down as many of these things as I can here. I could go in with the stone axe. Maybe I'll do that. See if I can get a little bit out of it. And then we'll also make another axe if we can. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fish here. I'm already going down in health. Let's just craft another stone axe. If we go into stone... whoops. That should be under survivalist axe. Stone axe. I need rip sheets on me. Okay, I'm willing to rip up my t-shirt. There's other ones around. I just want to get this task done. But now I'm going to freeze to death faster. Let's just leave it all behind. Drop it off here so that we don't have to carry it back the next time. Craft one. I swear, just like ferrying items back and forth is this huge endeavor for this guy. And I didn't even make it. Okay, let's try it again. Whoops. Why aren't you making an... Okay, you did make an axe. Never mind. I take it back. Cool. This was really just a supply drop then. Okay. We will try it again when hopefully the weather gets a little bit warmer. We're still stuck without a digital watch, but if we can get a digital watch, we could find out the temperature and come back here when it's above freezing. Might also improve our chances at fishing, but for now, it was just a supply drop. We just have to live with how bad we are. We do have the water with us, though, and that is quite a lot of water, so we will survive for a while. Anyway, back home. We have survived another thrilling night of digging up worms and scrounging for the last of the water. This is going very bad. But we seem to have stabilized for now. I am regaining health again. Ooh, that is very nice, because I was very, very low right there when I made it back. I had the compounding effects of hunger and cold. Oh my god, this weather is so good, you guys. Like, it looks so beautiful. If only it weren't so deadly. I need to go back inside. It just looks so sweet. Man, I'm trying to think what else we got to do. I've kind of sullied the appearance of my house. Look at my hair. It's really getting out of hand now. I've grown a Donnie. I believe that is this style of hair. I had a center parting before. Now, the struggle becomes foraging and also just some glasses, man. But this weather effect is going to be so bad. I say that we wait for this. It'd also be nice to know the temperature. So I'm thinking... Like, we stock up on worms. We just spend one whole day digging for worms. Maybe we need to do another water trip. I'm really getting kind of a desert island vibe here, but we've got a good amount of water. This will tide us over for a while. So we can stock up on worms. Good, that is passed. I don't really want to make this any worse than it is right now, so let's just create a huge area with furrows over here, because it's getting, like, impossible to look at. Okay, so we spend the day digging for worms, then we get into foraging, and then maybe we go back and slowly drag out 1 or 2 Zeds to find a pair of glasses, because I'm thinking that's the way we start to accelerate a little bit more. By the time we get to late winter and spring, we'll be able to catch better fish. The fish is really going to be the way that we put weight back on our bones. Either that or going back by those farm supply areas over north of Muldraw and then get some seeds. But, yeah, it would be nice to know what day it is or when we are so that we can start to plan for some of that stuff. I would say that along with, we do have logs. We are going to need another log as well so we can make a drill plank and start a fire more regularly because we're going to run out of matches next. All right, somehow a zombie has followed me back to my base. Occasionally 1 or 2 have just been popping out of nowhere on me. So I guess I'm going to have to do a little bit of a better job, like, actually securing my exits right here because... Ooh, oh, wait, I don't want him to destroy the window. Hang on a second. Let me just grab this out of the cabinet. If he does, it doesn't make a difference to the insulation, and there it goes. Oh, you didn't even come in either. What a waste. Sad. Now there's gonna be blood all over the floor. Alright, whatever. I can at least use him for strength. Now I'm just feeling bad. Did I lose my... No, my strap shoes are still on. Good. I thought I had lost my shoes. Somehow they're getting in, which is not good because I'm always exhausted whenever I'm at my house. So I might have to do some sort of a perimeter wall. And it's also been said that once I get carpentry level 3, I'm going to be able to create better spears, which is nice. Here we are, 85 kg as well. He brought nothing of use in here either. It's too bad. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell? Bruh. Okay, this one is actually not that bad. Where are these coming from? Hang on a second. I now need to see. What am I dealing with? Dude, I'm so tired, too. Okay, hang on a second. I just have to lead this one around. Nope, that's not going to happen. Okay, we've got to do another pushing adventure because we are that out of breath. Fortunately, I do gain some ground on these things as I go. It better just be 2. But then we get a hard hat out of this if this works, which is pretty sweet. And also a satchel, which we don't have a bag at all. That was unexpected. Yeah, like, just a satchel has come into my life. Take me. Bruh. This guy looks like... Hang on a second. I want to check my stats, but you're getting in the way. Hang on a second. I can do this. Pause the game. Skills, strength. Here we go. 39.89. So, yeah, we need 9,000 experience for strength leveling, but this kind of gives a little bit of reference of how much we get. We get 3 experience for each push. And when my character is this exhausted, I did spend about 2 days just standing here doing this all on my own. Okay, there we go. We did get him. Bruh. Where? How? I gotta make him into a crawler. How? What the hell? Okay, this is weird. This is weird. Seriously, how? Okay, another one is knocking on the window. I did manage to get this one down, but now we've got 3, which means there's a bunch. I mean, this is basically a free hard hat and satchel, but he's going to get through that window in a second. I just got to make sure that this one is a crawler. Assuming that those are the last ones, I should be good. But yeah, like, they are somehow getting to my base, which makes this situation from already it wasn't doing too well, but it had kind of stabilized it. Now I have an attack on my hands, which is actually kind of cool, but, like, I can't trust my own base anymore, which is not good. I'm gonna have to reboard that window as well, and it does legit take this long. There's 2. Why are there 2? Okay, this is bad. They're just gonna get right back through that window. I think I just gotta assess the situation. If it's just 2, I can handle it, but... Where are they coming from? I don't really want to shoot off the shotgun in the woods, but... I want to make sure it's clear, too, and that might not be bad just for drawing them out from other areas. I think I should do it. Could lose them in the trees. Could lose them in the trees. I think we just go back in here and see what they're all about. Okay, all this broken stuff on me, too. Oh, man, I didn't even... My shoes ran out as well. Dude, I'm grabbing it just as backup. They're at the door. They're not at the window. Just in case, because I don't want to die right here either. Like, I'm completely out of breath and tired. I will eat the worm. I'm not dying if there's... Dude, I had to get, like, water in me, too. I was just about to light a fire and everything. It was going to be cozy. We were going to have... It's a good thing that I didn't... Yeah, it was going to be cozy, man. Real cozy ending. I really don't want that door to break down. So I think I'm going to shoot the shotgun off, but inside, so that the sound radius doesn't go too far. Okay, here we go. All right, give me those shoes. I need those immediately. There may be more coming. Sneakers, bloody whatever, I'll take them because they make me just slightly faster, and cool. I may pay for that. Shotgun is like the largest sound radius, but I think the fact that we did it inside might mean that it was okay. But yeah, I don't want to do that outside. That would be bad. Those are regular shoes, slightly better for defense, but man, our character is just so tired too. Let's just do a quick roll around the property, make sure there's nothing like it's going to kill me in the immediate moments. I will go back inside if I have to shoot another one. No, looks good. The winter is coming inward, though. I think they're coming in from the gate outside, so what I would guess is that it's some of them following me from the road, because those ones came in from, like, that side before. Either that or above. If we could just seal off maybe one wall here and another one along here, that would make me happy. And then maybe we get crops here in the spring or something like that. But yeah, not good. At least we did get some free gear out of it, though. We got a hard hat and a satchel, so now we've got more to carry around. See where this leads us. All right, I guess that's that. I'm feeling like kind of a failure, honestly. I feel like I kind of want to go back and just check on some of this stuff on my own because there's a few things I need to do that are like babysitting. But yeah, like kind of a hopeless struggle into nothingness. Let's go ahead and just grab. I want to be a little bit more positive than that. All right, I'm starting to get zombie spawns coming from the south toward my base. They have been making their way up here because it's like unmistakable at this point. They are coming. This is either migration or respawn or just bad luck or something. I mean, we are on 6 months later, so there is some sort of like, this is the default CDDA setting, so we are getting this. This is normal, about to be expected. But yeah, they are coming to my house now. This is not good. I wasn't prepared for this yet. We're going to need to get a lot stronger, a lot faster, or we're going to die. And right now, we don't even have a way of making... The only thing that we're really missing is a way of making fire. We need a saw or something like that. So we're going to need to go back into civilization to do a raid. Otherwise, we dead. I thought that we had done it. I thought we were fine. I mean, like the weight loss gradual... With the onset of spring, it's going to be better. But for right now, like... I just keep getting pressured day after day. Fortunately, this is going to give me an opportunity to gain a little bit more combat experience at my own base rather than having to go out. But now I'm having to, like, gather corpses. Let's just go grab these and put them on the fire. Fortunately, there is a pretty easy disposal method for these. I think I can just do this here, but it might not appear on top of the fire. Can I do... Oh, wait, no. I don't want to put it in the campfire. I can put it on the ground, but unfortunately that is not going to be right on top of it. Regardless, sleeping inside will keep us free of sickness, but I'm now being very precious with matches because this is going to be a new quest to get firewood. We're rounding about day 31 here, I would say. Yeah, I've tried to keep my day count a little bit better here. 30 or 31 we're on. But, like, things are getting kind of iffy, man. I don't know. Just long-term survival needs, although we've got a good weight about us now. Are we in the actual, like, decent weight range territory now? Yeah, 85, so still just slightly overweight. But that's going down fast. So we are going to get a stronger character in order to do all this type of raiding stuff. We've got slightly better, I guess, with the spears. We're going to need it, though, if we're going to go into civilization. So, yeah, we've got to go back to, well, we've got the train yards. We've got a couple of options. Welcome back to the adventures of Washingbeard Democritus, the very sad, weak man. We went south to check out the train yard just between here and today, and I've actually got a new backpack on my back. Let's put that on the lower right. I found a couple of things. I was really searching for a saw so that we could get nature, or fires going from only natural equipment, aside from the one natural scavenge, aside from maybe the saw that we would need to make a sturdy stick. The sturdy stick is really the one thing that we're missing in terms of making a fire, so we still need that. Although I did find some lighters. I've put those away into my mobile home trailer over there that is aside from my base. I've got a couple zombies roaming around in these woods, but I do want to go south there to explore today. Just because I think that it is worthwhile loot, and it's not as overrun as it is in the north. I've moved away a couple of the corpses just that I wouldn't get sick from them being around. And I've also gathered up enough worms, I think, to keep me going for maybe a day or two right here. I think we may need some foraging before we arrive there, though. But, if we can... Here we go. We'll just enable search mode. We'll make our way south. We'll just kind of look around the area and see if there's anything we can get without zombies. I might not get anything, but that's still okay. We'll still get the forage on the way there. And, if we manage to find anything of use, or at least, identify where it's overrun, where we could potentially scavenge, that would be good. That's really my aim right here, is not to get too ambitious with it, but to just go kind of slow. So we'll meet back up at the train yard. I'm just going to go straight south. All right. Well, we've arrived at the train yard. This is a rather large and extensive industrial zone. It's going to take a lot of exploration. I'm going to just let them kind of funnel their way out toward me at the gate. I did not realize it, but I'm actually pretty strong now and good at killing them with my bare hands and feet. As long as I have I would say a change of shoes here, that's pretty key. Your maintenance goes up when you start stomping on them, though. Do I even have... I do have on shoes. I will grab an extra pair, though, in case of disaster, just to account for that. Are there any more at the gate? No. All right, well, I'll just kind of spoil this a little bit. I have gone through some of the boxcars in here, but I'm thinking if we go in and then to the left right here, there is one kind of warehouse area that we could potentially find a lot in. I'm not sure if this is going to be Okay, yeah, it is very, very overrun. We will not go to that. Never mind. There's another one. There's another one to the east that's also probably going to be kind of overrun. But, hey, I mean, if we're doing okay... were we starving it? We are starving again right now, which is why we have the worms with us. We'll just have to continuously eat worms and starve a little bit while we fight people with our bare hands. Honestly, sounds like a thrilling action novel about... some sort of cannibal living in the woods. Essentially, that would be a better life than this one. Wow, only 4 stops. Ya boy making gains. Look, only 1 push, people. I mean, I am tired, and that is being aggravated, but if I can take out 4 or 5 every time I come here... Ooh, a hoodie. Very cool. Very cool. I've replaced my next... hang on a second. Another one. Wow, you are like enhanced washing beard, Democritus. Look at how much stronger he's gotten, everyone. Look. Gaze at him in amazement. I guess I'll grab an extra pair of glasses now that we have them. Not baseball cap. I'm already pretty good there. Just grab glasses. Keep looking around us, make sure there's none. Now the sock situation. The socks are still doing pretty good. Let's go ahead down here. Does this mean there's going to be a new Zomboid? Yeah, there's going to be a new... I'm going to, compile the streams into a longer kind of adventure. An adventure, if you will. Now, if we head south here, we are going to go back through a tree line here. But then this will probably lead us to... Because, yeah, we're outside of the main fence. So just get ready here, though, because it might be... I think it might be a lot. I'm probably not going to find anything of you. This place is probably overrun, but I think it's worth a look. Yeah. Already, we're only in the woods, and I'm already seeing them. Careful. It should be... Okay, yeah, here it is. So this should be the road leading... Okay, so we slightly went too far... Whoa, that's too many. But that one is a police officer, but then there's also some following me from the woods. Could get a bulletproof vest here, maybe. I think that one's got on a bulletproof vest, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. So I think I'm just going to walk back. I mean, what is a bulletproof vest even going to do for me right here? I'll see if I can string it along with me into the woods. But otherwise, I think this one was just also not going to work. We could try the other boxcars further on into the facility. Again, a little bit hopeless here, but I mean, that one packet of cabbage seeds that I found might be enough to keep me going for a good long while. Our search has been pretty fruitless on the periphery, but, okay, I mean, we could at least try the boxcars on the inside. At least here where it's not crowded, we do get a chance at looting. There may be a couple around, though. I mean, I saw some the last time I came through. Yeah, here we go. These boxcars. There's a couple over there. Like I said, I have made one quick trip in. Found some seeds. I want to avoid getting that horde over there, though. So let's stay out of the sight lines. Maybe get into this boxcar. Let's go ahead and see. Can I even get in from the other side? No, there is no other side here. I don't really want to risk riling those ones up, so I might just stick to the periphery right here. There is another warehouse over here that I didn't check out. Yeah, this one. I'm thinking we could probably find a shovel or something like that in here. Don't quote me on that. Okay, there are a couple more. I don't see any nearby. I think that this is a safe fight. I mean, seeing as he's been pretty good at avoiding getting winded. And he's fairly strong, too. Maybe we'll find even a bottle of water or something. No, I want to get inside, because I don't want the sound radius to affect. Can I just push you in? I also don't want to get snuck up on. Okay, man. Okay, maybe one more? Nope, there's two. Never mind. We're going around, seeing if we can find anything. I'll kind of come back if I manage to find anything inside. I'll just check containers. All right, I've gathered up a horde out of the train box station areas. Most of them have stayed with me, but I think I can slightly lose them on these tree lines and out-accelerate them, perhaps more importantly here. If there are any back in that building, though, I'm going to be in trouble, and some of them start to congregate back toward the building. I really hate this about the zombie pathfinding because I don't find it to be very realistic. They just kind of go back to like almost guarding what they were on. But if I can lose enough of them... Yeah, I have one. I have literally one here. If there's there is no window in the back, and the other ones are catching up. Let's just see if I can find enough time to get to one of these boxes, or I will pause time and figure out which box it's in. Okay, and pause. Now you can use this to check containers. It is like kind of a weird trick, but it's very useful. Okay, I thought it was one of those ones. Was it one of these? No. Was it this one? Okay, yeah, this is the one with the garden cell. Let's just really quickly give him a second to see if he can do that in time. And nope, I'm not going to make it. But it's really close, though. I think if I just lead them back out the entrance, might be able to grab that. If I just give myself maybe 3 more seconds. So if I just go over here and pause time. Okay, now I can grab it out. Just enough time to grab the saw and then make my escape. I might get a little bit greedy here too. See what else we can get. Nope. Not really worth it. I think the other things were just meh. Not really finding any of the food I was hoping for, and now I believe I'm at total 0 speed. Okay, good. All right, we have everything that we need. I mean, assuming that we find some way of getting food into us and gaining back weight, but then that's all that we need to live out in nature. Now we can go back home, get our foraging really, really good, and prepare for the spring when we'll gradually regain all the weight. We're like basically emaciated by that point, going from a morbidly obese man to begin with. Okay, this is pretty huge, man. Celebration and gladness. But for how long? I mean, something else, some new problem is going to rear its ugly head, I know. But yeah, garden saw. Okay, be happy for now. For now. All right, meet back up at home. All right, I've been doing some planning and eating of worms, and I think we've reached kind of an impasse here. I don't really have the means to survive here, and the rain has been letting up, so I'm starting to think that I might just take what I've got with me, all the stuff that I need. I could leave these stones here, actually. And then just change my encampment to the lake. The one thing that had been preventing me from doing that earlier was the fact that I couldn't get a room around me, but I was thinking about it, and now I could get log walls around me when I go there to have some type of alert system if I try to go to sleep. I could sleep on the ground or I could, I don't know, bring some furniture or a chair there from here. And that would probably be better than trying to make so many trips there and back, which I think is just taking more time on this character, and he simply doesn't have the weight on his bones. All right, I've arrived at the lake. It took me the whole night, and I spent the rest of the time just digging up furrows for worms. It's pretty remote here, though. And 18.3 degrees. We will still be able to plant here, but we want to get things ready before we get going with the planting. The one nice part about this that I'd forgotten about was that there is actually an antique stove in one of these cabins out here that was abandoned. We may even find some forage in this. No, just a normal pile of trash. I didn't realize this, though, but apparently piles of trash are great for finding loot. But yeah, we can use this so we don't have to have fires outside anymore, so we can be kept warm and inside at once, which is actually kind of nice. If we go ahead and put in... I'm not sure if the wooden plank and sturdy stick will work like this, but once we get a little bit more fuel, we can potentially light a fire and then get a lot of water going. But I think before we do anything else, we might as well just get some crops going, because now we pretty much have an unlimited water supply. So that's going to, faster than anything else, get us food. We want to be spreading these out, you know, every other space. So we'll just put these into our main inventory, the seeds. And if we just sow more cabbage seeds, yeah. And we didn't have any difficulty growing these things over in the other section, so this gives us enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could keep these next to our cabin. It should be okay to walk over these, I believe, but we just want to, you know, avoid running on top of them, obviously, because then that's going to mess up the crops. All right, so we've got 4 of these, and now rather than having to take a giant trip in order to water them, we can just grab this empty cooking pot right here, and we take some tainted water. It shouldn't matter whether the water is tainted or not, but we just pour that onto the crops. That gives us, you know, like potentially some future weight gain and, I don't know, sustenance. And that also could potentially, well, it can't get really, it could get rid of our cold. It might not get rid of our depression, but, you know, finding enough... I mean, there's a reason why human civilization developed around bodies of water, so... Yeah, I mean, this is going to be like just a fountain from which good things emerge, I suppose. Anyway, we'll give this the full 100. I believe that should be fine. Let's just make sure we didn't overwater. Info, well watered, so that's fine. See, this would have taken us 2 trips to and from the lake the last time if we wanted to do this. So that's a lot, and I don't really care for that. There should be maybe a couple around here, but the fact that I'm not even panicking in that room took me long enough to see it. But I would, honestly, I feel pretty dumb for not seeing that before, but hey, better now than never. Anyway, that means that we can sleep. We don't have to worry about all the carpentry stuff, and we can just kind of do it like for fun right now while we wait and watch our cabbages grow. Otherwise, I would say this first day is going to be spent. We can even clear the area like it's a colonial home or something like that, you know? The possibilities are endless, but yeah. It shouldn't be a problem. Actually, the temperature is rising right now. Now we can kind of make a list of longer-term priorities, really. Okay, we've met our immediate need for hunger. We've dug up worms from the ground. It would probably be good to get a greater surplus of that. We're going to need that for a while. Beyond that, I've got the crops watered, so we've got our potential long-term source of food secured. I would like to find some forage in the woods for logs for potentially a campfire, because notch, plank, and sturdy stick might not work on that indoor fireplace. Might need, like, matches or, you know, something that is... like consumable, that might not work out forever, so that is going to be kind of iffy. We want to get general supplies for an outdoor fire before too long. We also have this fishing trap that we could check on, but I think we need to do a little bit of foraging in the woods, and then after that we can start to spend time, you know, focusing on our character more, developing skills and so on. We've also got all these, oh, I forgot about these. Yeah, we can totally use these wood axes. Okay, amazing. Yeah, we'll just use that instead of all the things I was going to say. But let's go ahead and check the trap. So if we just speed up time a little bit here. I guess nothing. Maybe when it gets a little bit warmer out or when we have more worms, we'll give fishing a try. I think... Did I lose my... Oh gosh, I've lost my glasses off my face too. That's rather... Oh, I guess they must have knocked him off when... Oh, no, I stand corrected. We did find fish. All right, well, the lack of glasses isn't going to affect me too much right now, but I think my foraging already wasn't very good to begin with. Yeah, so that isn't going to change anything. But yeah, we can eat fish now instead of... We could even use the fish bait. Yeah, we'll just eat it. Bird in the hand, you know, right? Or maybe I will give it a try. Yeah, let me give it a try and then forage. See if we can get anything better than what we've been working with, right? Another day has passed. I've got a fire going. Managed to get some clean water around. Now we've got these fresh little fish bait. I guess I will cook these things so that they stay fresh in a way. Yeah, we'll let those cook on the fire. I figure, I mean, we could use that still as bait, and then if we don't catch anything, we could eat them. Yeah, I guess I'll eat the bait. This is basically the low point of my existence. But, I mean, I am kind of starving, and I don't want to keep taking damage. We are very badly hurt just from everything we've been through. It's the hypothermia. It's the starvation. We just got to get something in us so that we go to sleep tonight. We recover some of that. Here, we can bring these back into the inventory now, and those should cook just a little bit outside of the inventory. We eat one, fresh cooked. Okay, now we aren't starving anymore. We'll eat 2 or maybe 3 so that we have like 2 to try as bait for tomorrow. But I think we can just go inside now and we put out the fire. We don't need that because we're going to go inside to sleep now. And assuming that none of them have heard me, which they hadn't throughout the day, I can go and sleep on, yes, sleep on the ground. Isn't it amazing to sleep here? I know, it's crazy. We could still light a fire here, but I think I'm just going to save some gas in the tank. Let's also put down the, we'll be using that tomorrow. We'll take down this and this. There are now more items that I would like to carry on my person as we go, but I am getting stronger. You're starting to see the inventory weight rise, because our strength has risen a lot from the very beginning of the challenge. If we go ahead and just put down the fishing rod and the fishing line, that puts us unencumbered for the night. We aren't going to be starving to death. We have a dirty bandage. Oh, actually, now we can just clean off that, but we're not even wounded any longer. I think now it is safe to sleep. We may wake right back up, but... Yeah, there we go. Health increasing. All right, and if we go... Well, we'll wait until the morning, I guess. We're still not doing too particularly well. Can't get back to sleep. Try again later. All right, meet in the morning. Okay, it's time to check on the fishing trap again. Now with more frequent checks on this. Okay, so we did actually get more little fish bait. I'm thinking we could use this to potentially get better catches. Let's try it if we do the fishing. Yeah, okay, we can use bait instead of, well, first off, we're not spear fishing, but also this is just huge for us. We aren't over encumbered right here. Might be better to set up another fire right next to the fishing spot just so we don't take damage while we fish, but I'm thinking this gives us a little bit better chance because we basically have 0 chance when we have this little skill, but we'll be here for a little while, most probably a long while. Does it make a difference if you use... Okay, yeah, the cooked bait is now causing more unhappiness, but it's still better than worms. Rather be eating small fish rather than large worms, for that matter. I'll probably be here all day. If we really can't catch anything, then I'll just give up. But if we do get lucky, then at least we'll know that we're not wasting our... Oh gosh, my hair is also grown out too. I guess I'm gonna tie that up into a ponytail. Oh god. But still though, like another opportunity at something other than worms. Right, well, it's around the beginning of the afternoon. The good hours for fishing are coming up. We've got 2.8 fishing XP out of 75, so coming along a little bit here, but the pole fishing really isn't yielding anything. All the bait fish I've got have been from my trap, and that breaks down over time. Maybe with more frequent checks, like, it'll do better? Probably not. Just probably not. Everything just feels a little bit like pointless optimism. But we could potentially repair it. I mean, repair? That should be an option. For right now, this is better eating than worms, because worms are +2 hunger. These are +3. So potentially with enough of these, we could get something maybe going. We don't... I'm just going to bring out the fire starting materials here. But I'm living the life of a fisherman rather than like a mole now. Which... Well, that's an improvement, to say the least. Not by much, but it's something. It's something, and every advance is to be celebrated, I guess. Foraging really has not been good, but once we get to spring, it'll get better. So otherwise, still just living out here, trying it with fishes. Okay, I've finally caught a pair of shoes. This is better than nothing. I don't know how the shoes went for the fish, but this is literally the first thing that we've caught, which is amazing. I never thought it would happen. That gave us a lot of experience. So it just goes to show that it's not completely impossible, which I was beginning to think that it was. But yes, shoes, of all things. We can even use these probably to replace our... Yes, these are better than our own shoes. Some shoes that we fished up from a lake. Wow, fisherman life awaits, because technically we should be able to use the fishing rod for a good long time, right? Yeah, I mean, basically a good source of food. And then if we keep checking the trap, yeah, we're getting like a few things here and there. No, these are fresh uncooked. Okay, so I got one. But that does up our fishing experience. I bet you'll be able to get one level pretty fast. Anyway, this is even at night. I'm just wondering if it's even going to be worth it to sleep. Yeah, let's just keep fishing, like, indefinitely. Okay, I have finally caught a small pike, 63 cm. This is honestly kind of astounding. I never thought we would catch anything. This is insanely lucky. We had it with the little bait fish, so is it even going to be worth it to... Because we aren't going to be getting these things forever. The net trap is really more useful than anything else here. This is potentially more weight on my bones, honestly. We can go ahead and cook this up and see if it gets us to a better state. Might be able to, if we get enough of these things, get rid of this cold, which would be insane. Let's just go ahead and light the fire. And this is... Oh, we just failed at cooking the fire, at lighting the fire. Let's just try it out. Adding fuel. Well, you could use the... Oh, we don't even need anything else to light it with. The tricky part about this is we have to try multiple times if we have... Oh, no, we've run out of... No, we haven't. Oh, we've run out of fuel. All right. I'm going to need to do a little bit more and then get back to this. Well, we've now managed to cook a delicious small pike. 63 centimeters, which I honestly don't think is that bad. This could put some weight on our bones, but let's just see what it looks like. Okay, so we're going to go from starving to just regular hungry. Just regular hungry. We're still losing weight, so it's not going to do everything for us, but if we get enough of these things, we may be in better spirits here. I'm just going to put out this fire really fast, because now we pretty much have an unlimited way. Unlimited, maybe not unlimited, but maybe when we get to the spring. Yeah, maybe if we get to the spring, or if we get enough worms from the earth. I just need to confirm that I can get these things with worms, because I think I caught one with a small bait fish before. Or if... okay, more bait fish. Let's see how many of these things we can catch, and then we'll go from there. But honestly, it's a decent weight gain strategy. Okay, I've done another fishing session. I caught a pair of socks and 2 more small pikes, so not bad. Currently at very hungry, but we'll see if we can get our character to well fed, and we'll just keep checking these traps. I guess if we check this thing frequently enough, maybe there's a chance we could avoid it. Maybe it gets like too many caught in it and then it breaks or something like that. A little thirsty, but that's okay. We can fix that up. We just want to try to avoid having too many other moodlets here. Maybe we'll take a little rest and then get back to fishing. All right, we've got 2 more fresh pike, and now the moment of truth. Can we gain weight from 2 pike in our inventory? We've had also a little bit of rain too, so... actually, it is getting to be kind of a pain to put out the fire, but I guess we'll just have to get better at it. All right, we've gone full to bursting after the consumption of 2 pike, and we've actually sustained our weight, showing that winter fishing, even with a complete lack of skill, just a complete abomination that I am, I can actually get something going here. Oh my god. I can't believe this has happened. I really didn't think that this would work at all, but let's just head back, keep checking on this trap. Preferably every day, I guess. Now we've got 9 bait fish. These things keep coming. If we just continue fishing here, slightly thirsty, very exhausted. I'm not sure if the exhaustion affects us. I just learned that you can't light a campfire with a sturdy stick and a notch plank if you're completely exhausted. I guess I could spend a little bit more time just appreciating the diet I've got right now. Geez, we've got like a blizzard out here. This game has such beautiful weather. Probably shouldn't have interrupted that. Choose catch bag. We got some socks. More socks. The thing that's not so bad about catching socks is that they do add to your skill. So right now we're at 11.9 out of 75 and rising. 6:20 p.m. I guess I'll wait till 7. Socks, shoes, socks. Okay, but this is pretty consistent catching despite the fact that we're using up all of the bait on everything. Okay, 4 pairs of socks I will take. Just socks and shoes all over the ground. Not exactly what we were looking for, and we also haven't gotten rid of this cold. I mean, we've stayed out in the cold, so it doesn't make a big difference, but we need food more than anything else right now. And even if we get rid of the cold, we're probably going to get it right back, so save the food for spring and go from there. Okay, another obstacle in the way of our survival. Fishing rod without line. Our fishing rod has lost its line just in the midst of fishing. We do have fishing line, and we do have the nail that would be required to repair it, but since we're illiterate, we can't read the magazine that would teach us to do this. So again, we are now down to spearfishing in the winter with 0 skill. We can keep checking the trap in order to get a little bit more, but it's only a matter of time before the trap breaks down too. So I guess we keep checking this thing, hoping that it doesn't break. And then in the meantime, see if there's any potential hope at spearfishing, because that was our one source of food that might cause us to gain weight, but it looks like we just lost it. So that isn't too particularly good. From here on out, it may be grim. I mean, we will still be able to farm the cabbages, and the cabbages will multiply. Yes, even in a snowstorm like this, look, they've actually, like, sprouted, and they'll be fine. Which is crazy, but they are well watered from the insane weather we're getting right here. I think from here, it's just a matter of timing a lot of this stuff, so I'm going to just grind some of it out. Alright, I've spent 2 full days fishing with the spear with no bait, and I'm pretty much coming to the conclusion that this is like a hopeless endeavor in the winter. I mean, we are getting now to the end of January, so the good news is that spring is right around the corner. But for right now, I think all we can really do is just keep checking on the trap. And that does seem to give us some experience. We just got unlucky. Our fishing rod giving out so soon. We could go back and get another one, but right now, I'm pretty much content to continue waiting on the cabbages because that's a much more sustainable food source. That is good. Yeah, see, they're even growing more now. These things are amazing. Well watered. I haven't even had to do anything for them. That's just been the weather for me. So I haven't had to do anything with these cabbages. The one back at my home base may be ready even sooner, but you got to wait for them to seed so that you can get more seeds out of what comes. And then we can start to multiply the patches. And then basically unlimited water source here. So once we have that, then we're not so worried about the weight on our bones just going away. I mean, we're down to 77, so we're getting slightly underweight. But it's really not causing us too many debuffs right now, and I can still keep eating these little fish, which tend to feed me a bit more, like I said, than the worms from before. We are now... Are we exhausted? We can't light the fire. I've noticed... Starvation. We're so used to being starved at this point. It doesn't even make a difference anymore. Do we have it? Okay, we just don't have any fuel. Okay, I'm going to grab another log. And then we'll handle that. But I think we'll start to get ready more for planting, because that seems like it's going to be more of the go-to long-term food source here, rather than the fish, like I thought. But then once spring comes, obviously, the whole situation changes. Okay, my skill has improved in cooking. Wow. Unintentionally, one of the consequences of doing so much cooking is that my cooking skill has improved. Naturally, we can cook rotten foods if this gets high enough, but it'll probably never happen. But just considering how much we're doing living out in nature here, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a chance somewhere down the line. Doubt it, but yeah, I mean, this has been a good solid stream of it. So keep eating, see if we can get to the well-fed moodlet. Okay, I've let some time pass here. We're at January 28th, but it's been pretty boring. I'm slightly starving right now, but that's only because I haven't had fish in a little while. Let's go ahead and just cook some of those up. But we do have the cabbage patch, as it were, ready. I'm actually going to harvest this one right now. I don't even need to... Because, yeah, this one is diseased. So this one, it's not even worth waiting for the seeds. We might recover, I would say, about the same number as we sowed, but yet 9 fresh cabbages, which is insane, and that's actually going to put some weight on our bones. We might even be able to get rid of this cold. We want to be careful not to catch it again, because it's not like real life, but colds in this game are caused by being out in the cold, literally in the cold for too long, which is not really a virus, but that's the way it is. I'm just going to get myself to... I'm not sure whether it's well-fed or stuffed. I think I'm just going to fill myself as completely as possible for now. But really, we want to be waiting for these plants to... what was I going to say? We want to be waiting for the plants to ripen just a little bit more to seed, but the other ones didn't get disease on them. That was the only cabbage plant that had disease. So that's why I'm doing that, just to kind of belabor a bit of an explanation there. As far as food goes now, we're pretty much good. If we manage to get 9 cabbages from each one of these things, that's going to make us very full. Where are we at right now? We're still at stuffed. We aren't really sleeping very well on the floor here, but 74 and dropping. We just need a few more in us, I'll bet, and then that's going to change to an up chevron, or at least to a neutral point. And this also means that we should probably go check back at our original base in a bit, just because there's probably going to be a crop of ripe cabbages there. I just want to make sure quick. Okay, yeah, we'll water just a little bit before we go. We want to lighten our backpack, and then we're going to make one more trip back to our home base because we have energy. We're still a bit tired. It might behoove me to bring a chair with me as well, because a chair would allow for more restful sleeping. The one thing I'm getting an issue with now is I wake up and I'm still tired when I sleep on the floor. Like, it's not a very good night's sleep. I would not recommend it. I think for right now, we'll just stay with the well-fed. We won't really get colder. I'm not sure if those two happen independently of each other, but I guess we're about to find out. And in the interim, we are still getting a fish or two every here and there from the fishing tap, and so far, it hasn't broken, which leads me to suspect that if you don't let it fill up, then it doesn't break open with fish. I'm guessing that's the issue that's going on there when they do when it does break. But yeah, we've got a good fisherman/farmer cabin going here, and I wouldn't change it too much, not too much. I might go back and grab some more cabbage seeds just because everything I can get is going to be important here. These are well watered enough that if I have to wait, I don't know, 24 hours or so, but chances are that they've spoiled. Anyway, let's go back, just have a look at those at our main base. Upon return to the base, the cabbage harvest appears to be fruitful. Let's see what we got. We've got harvest. Well, we've got info first, but it should be, yeah, seed-bearing cabbages. There you have it. And this is the final stage of cabbagery. And we will take those, and now... actually, this is not needed anymore. 30 cabbage seeds and 10 cabbages, so we get an extra cabbage, which is amazing. I also found another pair of glasses and a zombie on the way. I will just grab these off the table, though, because I'm probably not going to be living here for a while. We didn't recover from the cold, but, I mean, we'll just keep ourselves well-fed until then. And, I mean, we've already got enough calories in us. I do believe it's by the number of calories per day. Or it might have something to do with macronutrients. I don't know for sure, but yeah, just eating a lot, and I have gained weight from cabbages, is a matter to be celebrated and upheld, that is to say. We've got more spears in here. Most of this stuff, though, we can just remake at our new base, so I don't really want to belabor this too much. But there were a couple things in here I want to say that would have been useful. Maybe, oh yes, a chair would have been good. I'm a little bit nervous going there at this time of day, though, and, you know, we're not thirsty, we're not hungry, but we are kind of over-encumbered. So I say that we stay the night here at our old base, and then we bring back a chair. We're not bringing back a bed or a couch or something. That would be too much to ask. But for the most part, it's just sticks and stones lying around that we didn't bring with us. We have a tent kit, but that's kind of irrelevant at this point. Just random stuff lying out front. We do have the shotgun, but I figure if there's anything worth taking back in civilization, I'll probably stop here first anyway, so we won't spend too much time on that. Lighter could be convenient, but I think I'd rather save that for some type of last-ditch effort as well. Otherwise, hammer, Pretty sure we already have a hammer there. Yeah, we're good. We just go back and then we harvest all these cabbages and we get warm and we get rid of this cold. This is the next step in our personal development, which is insane. Okay, still not stabilizing. It's going to take more than 10 cabbages. But if we stay the night, we still may recover. Let's find out. Go to sleep. Go to sleep and finally get a decent night's worth of rest here. This is still not really recovering from the nasty cold symptoms. And there's no more food. But when we get back, we're going to have about 30 cabbages worth to go through. Although we'll have been out in the cold for a while. What we might need to get him is warm. Get like an indoor fire going, which we could... Maybe there is a good reason then to bring the lighter with us so that we could get that indoor fire going. Yeah, we'll try that. Rest a little bit longer. And then sleep. You're well fed. I guess we're just not good. But still, down to like 4 moodlets. And if it weren't cold, he would just have depressed, cold, and the anxiety one. So this is honestly quite a lot of progress from what were we at? 10 or 15 before? Like just some insane number. But yeah, it looks like that is about all we will get out of this trip, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm leaving the shotgun here. I'm not bringing that with me. All right, back to the lake. Well, we've arrived home now with the 30 seeds. We can combine those with our other 5 seeds. I believe it takes 9, though, in order to get 1 crop in the ground. So we lost 1, and we got seeds from another. So assuming that we will get, I mean, we're going to get some disease every here and there. So you can't, like, you got to be ready for that. But now we've got 3. I don't believe we'll have enough for 4 seeds in the ground. We 8 out of the 9 that we require. But now the cabbages are about to multiply, which is the reason why, as long as you can get 1 harvest done successfully, then that takes away a lot of the risk. So we're still losing weight, but once we get more of these things out of the ground, then we can start getting more consecutive days well-fed. We can get rid of the cold, and we can start gaining weight again. So now that's 2 more things out of the way. Do we have the underweight mood? Or yeah, we do have the underweight trait now. So I would say we can get rid of that one. Short-sighted, we've basically taken care of. Feeble is actually going away. We aren't as weak as we were before. We're actually getting to almost an average level of strength. We're almost average. Oh, God, just even to think of it. We can probably let's fill up our empty cooking pot. Let's get some water in these things. And, yeah, other than that, now we start to think about what is the next kind of set of long-term... Yeah, let's go fill out the lake. Set of long-term expectations. If we have our weight stabilized, there's really not that much left that we're worried about. We could just keep living here, but it just becomes a matter of enhancing the lifestyle as we go. What was that? I just saw that thing rumble. I guess that was wind. I don't like shouting, but yeah. Okay. Now, I mean, well, food. We add, group food into 2 things. The immediate need food. We've always had the immediate need for food filled whether by worms or by small fish. That kept us a little bit more fed, but now we're filling ourselves up enough to gain weight, or almost, or we will with cabbages. So now that kind of thread is over. With that done, what is there left to be afraid of? I guess really just zombies attacking us, and also just I've been living out here, kind of in the wild. We could get stronger and faster and more fit. We could get faster as well. We're about to get faster. We get sneakier by going into civilization, using an exploit or something like that. For the most part, I think we're pretty much good out here, but we could start to go back into civilization, take weapons, and then get a better base somewhere. I just feel as though this place is pretty nice. Probably do some kind of perimeter walls to make sure that it's totally safe, and down some more trees as well. But now we can start thinking of some projects. To all that, I'd also add, I'm actually now capable of running around. This hasn't happened because I've been totally limited by... Well, I've been walking for months. So it's really weird to watch my character run now. But yeah, 74 out of 75. I guess let's see if we can get that last point of experience in sprinting and maybe level up. But otherwise, it's just come in at a random point. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to get it at a random point. Oh, well. And at last, January 30th, the day has come for the cabbage harvest. So these all bore seed, and they didn't suffer from any type of disease. So what do we have? 8 seeds to begin with before. So now we've got 35, 65. So you get about 30 seeds from each one. I'm sure there's a little bit of variability there, but let's see. 19 brings us up to 29. Okay, so 29 cabbages. Arguably should not have harvested all of these at once because maybe end up being a waste, but how much more room does that actually give us? So if we, first off, let's just eat them all here, and we'll bring in some tree branches inside so that we could light a fire. We want to warm ourselves up and get ourselves very well fed, because what happens next may get rid of our cold for good, or at least until we get very cold again for a prolonged period of time. If we just dig a few more furrows, well, let's focus on replanting first. 1, 2, 3, and then 95 seeds gives us room for 10 more of these. So that's 1, 2. So we started off with 5. We're gonna get, I would say, what is that? 30 seeds. So we'll get triple what we started with. Well, we did have to kill one of them, or like, we couldn't trust the harvest. Yeah, you can't really take it all the way to seed if it gets disease. Oftentimes they just die before that, so I just get the cabbages while I can, like whatever. All right, at least we got a meal out of it. Let's see, 1 more cabbage there, 1 there, 1 there. And then that should be the last what we can do. I believe we didn't get every single space here, but still, that's not bad. We've also got the cooking pot with water. So now we can do watering full 90 on all of these. Now we just do a little bit of there and back on this. Fill that back up, make trips here. And then once we've got all these things watered, we can go, then we can go back inside and warm up. The plants are watered outside, so now we have an opportunity to get ourselves well fed and warmed up. I've got this stove ready right here. I'm just going to grab a little bit more water. We're going to light 2 fires, but it's a good reason to keep a lighter around because that doesn't work with a notched plank anymore. You could do that out here. Oh, whoops. I accidentally just did it with the lighter. Oh, well. Whatever, we have plenty of lighter charges left, so shouldn't be too big a deal, but if we just, let's put that one out. So now we've got safe drinking water. We just want to get our character into as good and, like, happy a state as possible right here. Get rid of as many moodless as possible at once. So here we go. Now we add, all right, I'll add maybe 1 dirty rag, and then I will light the fire here. Okay, now we get a nice, like, red tint on everything. Now we can just go ahead and sit down right here. And now our character is pretty exhausted, but we're just going to start eating all 28 of these cabbages. I know this seems like a lot, but it's what it's going to take in order to get us healthy again. This may not be enough to do it, though. There may be a requirement of greater numbers of cabbages. We're just going to lay these out on the floor. They're just an impressive array of cabbages beneath us to sit in that we eat while we gaze into the fire. And hopefully, yeah, like we have no more cold moodlet, so there's no chance of getting a new cold, I guess, as we do that. But, I mean, we could sleep here, I guess. Yeah, we'll try sleeping. I actually forgot the chair, so I'm going to have to go back and get that. But warm, well-fed, we wake up, we eat more cabbages, and then we set another fire, and we just keep repeating this until we're healthy again. Yes, good. Eat the cabbages. Let's go ahead. I might even just put my own clothing into the... Oh, we can always make more of these things. Why not? All right, I'll just put in more sturdy sticks. Just whatever I can use to keep this thing going until my cold is gone. And then I'll go fix it all later. Yeah, okay, more cabbages. Yeah, we want to be full to bursting the whole time. Here we go. It might take a day or 2, but don't worry, our other cabbages will be safe outside. And we'll always have a chance to get rid of it again because we can always get more cabbages. So now this is like a renewable way of getting rid of our cold. So that's huge. We can, because we're bound to get it back again at some point. But this means that we don't have to give away our location every single time that we go into a town, because that's been a huge detriment to us. Not only do we have the conspicuous, but also, just every possible bad thing. So we sleep on the ground again. Whoops, sleep on the ground. There we go. And I don't know if we have to get rid of the tired, but might end up figuring that out here. Anyway, I'll update as we get better. Well, so far we haven't gotten rid of the cold. We've stayed well fed, and we have stabilized our weight around 73, but we're going to be getting like exponentially more cabbages as we go, so I'm not too worried about the future with that. And not really making as much progress as I thought we would. But honestly, every little bit is something worth celebrating. We've got sprinting level 1 now, and I did manage to find there was actually a stool in a nearby shack. So we can use that for sleeping instead to get just slightly better sleep quality, I suppose, than sleeping on the floor. I don't really think that makes much sense, but whatever. I mean, it's better than nothing, I suppose, is the logic here. So if we sleep one more time, we might get one more opportunity at this. Nasty cold still. Yeah, it sounds like the fire went out again. We're still warm, or pretty warm, but getting cold. So we couldn't kick the cold this time, but we did manage to at least stabilize our weight. I mean, we're pretty much going to be staying out in nature again for a while. Yeah, too full to eat. So we filled ourselves for like 2 days worth of time. It's honestly kind of surprising that we didn't get rid of it, but whatever. Let's see if we can get an up chevron on our weight. This is 29 cabbages. I believe the number was like 46 the last time I had to do this. Oh no, 73 and double chevron up. So that means we're back up to 74 shortly after this day cycle is finished. Okay, gaining weight. So we're eating the right amounts of food. It could still be that the fact that we are a little bit chilly inside, but honestly, some progress. What are we at now? Day 53 probably by my estimates. Not checking back. But yeah, 53 days. We've shaken the cold. We've managed to stabilize our weight. Now we've got cabbages in the ground. And once spring comes, then we can fish and gain a lot more weight. But I think that this cold is really the next demon we want to wrestle. We're wrestling demons. And after that, maybe getting the better night's sleep. And the one thing that may stay with us a while is the depression. Maybe that'll be something worth tackling next. But I think we can start to make our way back into civilization once that kicks in. I'm thinking now that we've finished off one successful harvest, probably the next thing to do is, well, obviously get ready for the next harvest after that, but beyond that, what? Our character is probably going to be around 73 kg. He might rise up a little bit, maybe in 1 or 2 harvests from now. We're still going to be trying to get rid of this cold for some time, but I'm thinking in the interim, I mean, a lot of these are kind of longer processes, so probably the best bet here would be to just start thinking about our characters, well, fitness and strength again. We have more time to exercise now because there's no real pressures from day to day. We're not running out of food or we're not losing weight. I'm kind of liking this long-haired look. Maybe I'm going to just stick with this for a while. Other than that, carpentry, foraging, and just maybe building some sort of perimeter wall for safety, as well as perhaps a dock over there. It just occurs to me that in the spring, eventually when we fish, we'll want to have some sort of back covering on us. I've kind of chanced it here, but like, you know, having something behind you so that you get warned if there's anything coming would be nice. And also, as well as all that, we'd be getting carpentry level 3, which would get us to better quality spears, because right now we're still stuck at carpentry level 0, and we need 3 if we want to get that reliable 5 out of 5 quality on all of our spears. So I'm thinking we're going to do some maybe we'll start off the day. This is going to get to be like kind of a stoic life now. We're going to begin with some exercise every morning. We'll be doing some push-ups or maybe burpees. We'll start with burpees. 60 minutes worth of burpees, which is already an extremely grueling exercise regimen to begin with. Nigh impossible to do them without stopping. We didn't make it that far, but yeah, I mean, at least it's something, you know? Strength and fitness should improve from this, but also just the constant chopping down of trees and being out of breath, which we're about to embark on. Other than that, you know, I'm content with mildly starving and checking the fish traps every now and then. But yeah, like get stronger and get to be a better carpenter. I think that's going to be the most meaningful leg up we'll get on whatever competition we're going to deal with next. So off to it. Okay, this is bad. My fishing net trap is broken. Not that bad. I mean, it'll be bad for bait. It would be worse if my rod had been around still, but there's no hope in fishing anymore. Not until spring. Not until spear fishing gets a little bit better for us. But I mean, we've kind of gotten past the point where we really even need it anyway. Now that the cabbages are up, and that's the main thing that matters. Otherwise, I'm just kind of on a fitness grind here. We're about 1,500 XP away and 2,000 XP. A little under both of those, but for fitness and strength, next levels. Otherwise, cooking actually doing better. Didn't expect that. Farming to this gets useful. This is kind of useless forever. But fishing, mainly carpentry and a little bit more foraging. Although the foraging just takes time. It takes time to get it done. But that and this, and then when I'm tired. Actually, I'm only tired right now. I'm mainly focusing on fitness, just because I feel like having a character who doesn't get winded easily is always going to be better under any circumstance. So. Fitness and carpentry. Whoops, I can't do that. Fitness, carpentry, and foraging grind right now. That's pretty much just what's happening. But the foraging probably isn't going to be anytime soon either. So, yeah, lots more to go. I have been working out for weeks, or a week. It feels like. I'm honestly not sure how much time has gone by. I've just been kind of grinding. I've been on my grind set. And I am about to ascend into the next plane of human enlightenment. There we go. Yes. Strength level 4 and fitness level 3 in like 3 seconds. Yes. Wow. We knocked them both out at the same time. We didn't even get the song again, or the jingle, because I guess it was too recent. The cabbages are just about grown. We are now underweight, though. We are at... we are regular underweight. We're at 68 kg and dropping. This isn't the very underweight yet, but we're playing with fire here. I would say that this is going to get us almost to weight sustaining. So it may not be very safe to go back into civilization yet. But, I mean, of all the things that I had wanted to do, what did I say? I said I was going to harvest cabbages. I said I was going to exercise. So check and check. Carpentry and foraging haven't really happened, but that's just because the exercise has kind of been... prolonging me, for lack of a better... Yeah, but, perimeter wall, also, we haven't really gotten done with. Also, the dock, but those things are kind of inconsequential because we just want to get the other stuff done. Just that we aren't wheezing for air all of the time. So now we're handling, like, strength training, or not strength training anymore. We're going to wait a while for that, though. I guess the next thing is maybe a little bit of foraging and carpentry. Maybe a little bit before we head back out and do another trip to civilization. See if we're any stronger now. See if we're better at running away. See if we don't run out of breath. We're going to need a good night's sleep for it. I've just been carrying a pot of water around me. I need some real stuff now. It'd be nice to get, a bottle of water, maybe an actual weapon, something like a pitchfork. Any of that kind of stuff, if we can locate, is just going to send our character to another, another plane of existence, that is to say. But yeah, Washing Beard Democritus, honestly, has kind of earned these glasses and this construction hat. He is, and for that matter, the school backpack, which is just kind of random, but I don't know, it feels uniquely him. I guess we wait another day or so before we get a good harvest here, but fortunately I don't have to worry about this because it's just going to be done for me. We won't really see the results of all of his working out until a little while from now, but now we're at inventory carry capacity weight, even with disorganized, even with that trait, disorganized right there. We've still got 9, I believe it's kilograms, but I think this has been made more abstract yet. 9 space worth of inventory capacity, which is actually quite generous considering what we're at earlier. And now we'll also be able to keep him well fed most of the time, or at least normally fed and not starving. If I let him go down into that weight range again, he goes from very hungry at 9. I do believe that'll drop a little bit more. I'm kind of curious to see what it does. I think I'm just going to avoid exercise for a little while. I mean, it's fine. There's nothing... Wow, we've even got further, but it's just 18,000. It's not really a goal that I can... There's not a bar I'll be able to surmount anytime soon, so I think we'll wait for one more harvest. I'm just going to wait one more day inside. Cooking pot with water. We've got... And maybe we'll do a little bit of a water boil, and then we'll set out. All right. We've reached level 1 in farming, which I don't really think it does as much good, but, it's something to brag about anyway. 68 cabbage seeds, though, nothing to scoff at. Now we have a veritable cabbage farm going here. We can leave this when we go on our adventure. We've got a few more of these things to harvest. I really would much rather do this. now, because I do plan on spending a good bit of time at home, and we're going to have a rather large crop here. We also might want to just take out a few seeds in insurance in case if anything stupid happens and they all get diseased or something like that. I really doubt that this is going to actually, I'll leave a little bit of a buffer space next to the house. I do like it to look. I mean, other than that, which that is for, well, worms that I've had to use when I've had no other food source. So we'll just leave that as is over here, there. But over here, it still looks okay. A couple more. I think we could just move these closer to the lake. The idea here is to just make it easy to water. So, you know, you could just use the lake water. But yeah, one more harvest. Maybe a bit of weight, maybe even a bit of weight gain, indeed. And the temperature does appear to be... Well, I mean, I feel like I'm getting more rain than snow now, so I think the seasons are starting to change a bit. It's February 11th. We got maybe one more month of winter left, all things depending. Okay, I'm completing the grand cabbage harvest. I've harvested 60 of these things with 162 seeds. There's still one left, but I'm going to keep it in the ground. And we really just want to start getting these things in me as fast as I can. Wait, there's even more. Jesus. 78 cabbages. Is this one also... Yes, this is also ready for harvest. I could have staggered it, but I really don't want them to overgrow, and the seeds from this point forward might even be more valuable than the plants themselves. But we need to just get into like a Joey Chestnut level of cabbage devourment, because these things will spoil. 85 in one day. 85 cabbages. That gives us a lot more experience, but we still aren't even gaining weight. They aren't the most dense. They're probably, well, not at all the most dense food, but the more of these things we can get into us. We're sort of in this like situation where we are going to be full to bursting one day. And then, here we go. Okay, we did get one up chevron there for a second. It'll go back and forth for a minute. We don't want to sleep. We need to be awake as much as possible so that we can eat more cabbages. 3:20 p.m. Although I don't really want to burn so many cabbage calories. I don't really know what to do here. We don't want to let too much more of the day pass us by. Okay, yeah, time for another cabbage then, I guess. All right, what the hell? I'll sleep a little bit. Maybe I'll wake up in time for cabbage round 2, but at least we've sustained the weight. Okay, 1 up chevron on the weight. It's going to be hard to get 2. But we will attempt that because we've gotten through only about 15 cabbages. And oh my gosh, wow. I mean, if we do not recover from the cold, I would be surprised. I'm pretty sure that it's only weight dependent. But if not, then that confirms that you need to be both warm and fed. Which we might not be both just yet necessarily. I think we'll stick around here for a little bit longer, because it is important to like nurse this encabbagement. And then when that is over, fatter, we will make our way to town. Not by much. And then instantly we'll be losing weight and hungry again, because that's just the nature of this guy. But honestly, not a bad haul, not a bad haul. And considering that the next harvest is going to be even larger, it might not be worth it to plant more cabbages than that. So we'll have a surplus of seeds then, I suppose. Well, just a stupid number of days have passed by, and I would say that I've managed to consume, or I will have managed to consume about 75 cabbages, which is crazy. I'm running out of them now. I'm back up to 75 kg and rising. We'll probably get that back up to like 76 or 77, which is insane, really. We're back up to regular underweight, which is great. So from here on in, really, what we should be doing is we want to maintain that full stomach. We haven't lost our cold because, honestly, I just haven't had enough wood to put into this fire to keep it burning. And I've also been just taking off my clothes to burn them for various, purposes as we've begun. So I'm thinking from here on in, we just bring the 7 stale it sounds like an ancient book of wisdom, the 7 stale cabbages. Well, we're going to bring those with us, and we're going to go investigating back to the west. I think that'll work, because right now we just really aren't getting a very good sleep here. What we're going to eventually need is a car. We'll need a car if we want to get a bed out here, because this is a good place to live. Just think about how much stronger I've gotten since I got out here. I am encabbaged, and I am fatter now, and I am larger, I am greater. But that is to say, we got to kind of keep challenging ourselves here. We could stay here and just eat cabbages, but I just feel as though that wouldn't really advance the story in any meaningful way. And I feel as though we're getting ready now to take back on civilization. Now with all this copious water that we've got over the last few weeks, living right here by the lake. Now we're all quenched and we're ready for a new challenge. Even if that means less water for a little while, we can carry an entire pot of cooking water, or like what is it? A cooking pot of. I forgot what they call that. I've been eating so many cabbages, I'm starting to lose my mind. But yeah, I'm thinking. Gosh, we can't really see anything. Anyway, we're heading west. And I hate to say it, but new problem. We've got buildup on the railroad tracks. This is completely remote before, so it's probably been caused by me making so many trips to and from and making all the noise associated with it. We'll see what happens when we get back. It seems like all of the areas that I've just left behind have just started to get overrun, though. It's as if the world is shrinking, all my options, None of these really seem to have anything valuable on them, so I kind of just want to chase them in or get them all to come into the woods with me, but I think this might be the spot when we get back, too, like right by my base. So far, yeah, probably going to have to grind out a lot more strength if we want to go much further. So we've made it back to the town of mobile homes, and, well, there's a lot guarding it. It's not really a better situation, but I'm trying to test and see if he can kill 5 or more. So, yeah, this is getting rather iffy already, and there's more spread in here. So it's going to be a lot of clear out, but once this is done, maybe there'll be a clear shot to the town itself. All right, well, I've taken some time to examine the problem, and I really don't think we're getting anywhere with spears. It would take a lot of foraging, and just for the amount of time that I have available before I have to be getting back to the lake house, I think that leaves me with one logical solution, which is really here the shotgun. The shotgun will draw them out, but, at least my fitness and my strength are good enough that I could carry things back if need be. Let me just put a few things down, I guess, before I go on this run. And then after, or even just seeing if anything is available in the compound. But yeah, from there, hopefully we can at least move and dodge around enough time to create, or at least to find something useful in there. So anyway, going on a looting run now. I've got to say the one thing that's still throwing me off is the fact that even when, aside from the ridiculously tired bit, I'm still hypothermic. So even when I do everything right, I still just can't move that fast. I'm panicking right now. It's not a great situation, and I've really just drawn more of them into the woods. I'm starting to think that not only for foraging, but just for general looting and not being freezing in general, moving around faster, spring is going to be a far better time for this character. So it's almost like it would just pay for us to remain in hibernation a while. Come back out in the spring when everything is warm. Everything is thawed out. There'll be more on the ground. And then literally we can move faster and get more done from there. So, even if I'll try for this just because I feel like why not go for a thing that might be readily available. But yeah, like once we get to the spring, this is going to be a million times easier. Maybe even hit up a better area. One that we haven't defiled so much already with our tainted human stain, as it were. Anyway, yeah, otherwise, I guess getting a little bit of shooting experience is not bad. Yeah, more or less, just like I said, it all we seem to be doing is drawing them in groups. I could try to bring them into the forest, but this is going to make this area pretty much impossible to revisit, just because getting back in through the woods is going to be, nigh impossible. So from here, here we go. Yeah, I just got to jump through this. Okay, this is not a nice group. Yeah, even getting out of here, I'm just going to have to go by a different vector, as it were, right now. I'm going to get maybe a couple seconds to loot, but I still think that we're just not strong enough. We need better fitness and strength if we want to get back even just to these neighborhoods. Right now, I've even drawn ones from further out, and I'm already getting tired, I'm sensing. I practically have to go back already now. Haven't even gotten to the building in the first place. Well, with kind of a heavy heart, I think we need to leave this old shelter behind again. It was good effort. It was good try. And we did manage to grab a couple of items that were, I don't know, somewhat useful from here. But I really think that this area has just become overrun ever since I got to it. I mean, I love the idea of coming back to take back a place that we weren't good with before, but I really just think that this character is terrible. I mean, but it's not only that, it's also the time of year. Wintertime is... I mean, well, it's like war. Wintertime is not a great time to make advances. I would rather be on the defense at that time, hibernating and, making my nut, as it were. So I'm thinking, the stat grinds weren't so bad. We were getting by. We were gaining weight. We were getting back into healthy territory back at home. Well, I've returned home for the remainder of winter, and it's good to be back. I mean, it is safer here. It's not exactly, as thrilling, but, hey, money on the ground. Wow. I mean, no real use anymore. But I think if we spend the rest of this winter just foraging and working on our carpentry, and then maybe doing a little bit more on fitness, then in the spring, compounding with the lack of hypothermia and being able to find actual berries in the woods, hey, maybe we'll even have a better vision radius once we get to level 4. I think that's going to lead to, well, I mean, all effort expended in one direction. Well, I've managed another successful harvest now and made farming level 2. I mean, at least we're making progress in something, for God's sake. My next plan here is to just take down a bunch of trees. I mean, we're coming to the beginning of spring, so I'm not sure if this is even going to make it an appreciable difference, but I've got so many of these logs around, and I've found chipped stones in the woods that I figure, why not go ahead and try to get rid of this cold once and for all? After all, we might have a very cold spring. Who knows? What else is nice is now that we've been getting slightly warmer weather here at the end of February, the rains have arrived, and now it is even easier to plant because we don't have to go get water from the lake and pour it over. Generally speaking, we won't even need to water these crops anymore. We can just get them out of the ground. Even if we don't manage to eat all of the cabbage, I know you're just sick of hearing about me eating cabbages, but it is like a soul food, Maybe it is a soul. I forgot about soul foods. Oh God, yeah. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, all that being said, easier to get these things in the ground. We'll have thousands and thousands of cabbage seeds by the time this is over. Okay, now here in my house with the fire lit, I can complete hours of burpees where I just do this. Oh, I gotta go feed myself, make sure I'm well fed the entire time. I need to be constantly full to bursting in order to overcome this condition. Then we do just tons of burpees. And then after the exercise, we just engorge ourselves with more cabbage. Let's see. And then keeping the fire burning after that before we are in pain. Then we go to sleep. We wake up with horrible delayed onset muscle soreness. And then we go back to eating cabbage and working out again. This is the grind set, just days and days of doing burpees over stale cabbages. Never to see the light of day until spring. We're getting a little bit out of the last of this winter, a few more harvests of cabbages, which is good because they're all running out and going rotten. But, once we come to spring, we basically have full power over our lives again. Again, right here, I would say around halfway to fitness level 4. Fitness level 4 and strength level 5. A little bit less than halfway, but, I mean, consider that. He's actually average by the time that we reach this milestone. Amazing. Right, we've arrived at, I believe this is day 94. My harvest is coming in. And now we're coming into the very end of winter and the first days of spring. I have 96 cabbages in my inventory. Jesus. 400. I don't even need this. I would be crushed by these. The entire house is just cabbages. Fresh, stale, and rotten all over the floor. It looks like something out of a horror movie or like some sort of Oblivion cheat code gone wrong. But yeah, this is my life. I'm finally almost at fitness level 4, only about 1,000 experience left to go. And it's going to be a little while on strength level 5. That doesn't make as big a difference. The main thing is carrying capacity, which carrying capacity has actually been pretty good lately. Man, even the cabbage seeds now coming in at several kilograms. That's bizarre. I guess I'm just going to continue putting these on the ground, although I may lose track of them. Just take a look at the ground here for a moment. I mean, this is the day. It's just wake up, eat cabbage in order to hydrate. Really, for all of the nutrition, I have almost got myself back into obesity through the consumption of cabbages, although I don't think I'm going to get much heavier than 99 kg. And that's actually not a bad place to be because it's only a little bit of a negative moodlet to be overweight. And, I just don't really have to think about it later on. Eventually, of course, we'll want to get back into normal weight territory, but at least we're not worried about, the potential alternative, which would be starving to death, which would be way, way worse. Other than that, pretty much every day here from here on in is like just sleep in the stool like this. Wake up with although the delayed onset muscle soreness I've found improves over time. Wake up. 9-10 p.m. Really, no matter what time it is, it's just 60 minutes of burpees. I would say that gets you about 78, 79 up to, what do we arrive at? 78, 79. So 8,004. So about 220, 225. Yeah, around about 225 experience per session. And that usually is enough to exhaust me. Then I consume more cabbage until I feel hydrated and full. And then I go back to sleep in my stool. When I wake up, I repeat it all over again. I would say I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. All for just one fitness level or so. So probably maybe I would say like another 4 days worth of this. Wow, this is incredible. I think one more workout and we're going to reach fitness level 4, which is crazy because he's been spending like probably almost 4 weeks. I'm not even quite sure. Maybe I think I'm exaggerating here, but yeah. Fitness level 4. Incredible. And still only about 5,000 XP away from strength level 5, which would make him an average human. Amazing to think of that. Amazing even to consider. And I've started to see the cold go, like, maybe going away now. We don't get it cold inside anymore because, look, it's 57.2 degrees Fahrenheit inside. That is much warmer, and outside it's now consistently, I would say, above freezing. We haven't seen snow in a while. The crops, actually, I missed one cabbage harvest. But now, here we are at the end of our 100-day journey, or at least coming to the close of it. And not really, like, fully developed as a human yet, but not even maybe human. Maybe still subhuman, we could say. But yeah, like this is a foundation. And if we don't try to raise him to a higher standard, he must raid a town or something like that. He is almost physically capable of crossing the street now. Almost capable of getting into a car and drive. I mean, if we do find a car, maybe we could go on some sort of travel. Although I really do kind of just enjoy making him into a more like well-oiled machine. He really has not, I guess, the surgical gloves, the jacket with all the rips in it, the jeans, and oddly enough, like the construction worker hat with the glasses and the long kind of Jesus-y hair, but with the gray mane, has yielded some sort of interesting concoction, the likes of which I never would have expected. But yeah, here we are at the end of winter, just emerging from this cabbage-lined cocoon. Are we at? Okay, we're still at very nasty cold. I guess that's going to be the quest for the spring, though. We're about 4 days away, 3 or 4 days. What is it? I guess depending on the time. From the beginning of spring, though. So yeah, I mean, getting ready to forage. We'll see if we get a little bit more experience here, but I feel like just emerging at this point. Now that we are at this like notable day marker. But yeah,